Greetings, Devon. I hope I'm audible. Just give me a moment. I'll just share this to my profile. Okay, almost done. Yes, so I'm done with this. So, greetings to all of you. Warm welcome here. So, we are on this topic today. It's actually a continuation of the previous one. I actually forgot to. One second. Okay, I'm done. So, this is a continuation of the previous ones that I was doing, and all of them were based on unconditioning. And today we are come to this topic of how is it possible to move towards inner freedom of joy and happiness. Joy and happiness I need not tell anything about, because the moment you move into a state of inner freedom, you automatically become joyous and happy and cheerful and peaceful and contented and restful and stillness, everything, all those things come. So the main thing that you got to come to or achieve or reach a state of is freedom. And freedom, when I say, I specifically added the word inner freedom, because we might say that no, I'm not free. I'm not really free. There are so many things that I got to handle. I'm already stuck in this world, or this responsibility, that responsibility. Already so many things I have. So I cannot be free. And that is the reason I added the word inner freedom. Because what happens is, even in spirituality, when we awaken and we come to know that we need some kind of a freedom, we actually look outside to free ourselves, because that is the first clutches that we see. The moment we come to know that we are stuck up in something outside, immediately you want to get rid of all those things, like so many worldly things also. Now, if you ask me, if you observe carefully your life also, you'll see that all this stuckness that we feel is from the outside world. Nothing is internal. It's all that we see is outside. It begins from inside, but it manifests outside. So every time we look outside, we feel stuck. And unfortunately, we come into spirituality because we feel stuck. Only when we get stuck outside, we remember God, we remember the inner journey and the intense seeking to free. That's quite obvious. Why would you long to become free if you're already free? Only when you're in bondage can you even think of freedom. Bondage of what? Bondage of samsara, bondage of karma, bondage of responsibilities, bondage of the lures, the glitters of the world, bondage of my passions, bondage of my tendencies, bondage of my samskaras, bondage of my vasanas. These are all bondage, because if I have all these things only, I can be bonded in bondage anywhere. But first of all, when we are thinking of moving into inner freedom, inner joy, inner cheerfulness, please also know that ये इतनी सस्ती चीज नहीं है. मोक्ष तो इतनी ये सस्ती चीज नहीं है. The dreams of self realization ये दो कौड़ी की नहीं है. Why I'm specifically saying it is not a two penny stuff, looking at the seriousness. Because when I look around, everybody wants to be free, but nobody wants to be serious. Seriously working through to get freedom. Nobody wants to. Maximum. Everybody is looking for a magic pill, some technique, some gift, some magic, some wishful thinking, some grace, some boon, something or the other. Everybody is just, the whole race is, even in spirituality, is in that hope of that magic. Something from outside. If not anything, an avatar, a savior from outside, somebody to land up from heaven or somewhere and come and save me. The hope is always outside, because the stuckness that we see is always outside. We do not see the change of how that outside stuckness we have got into. It is because it has begun somewhere from the inside. Like, for a simple example, vasanas, tendencies, or the sanskaras, the psychic impressions that we have, the vrittis that we have in the mind. What is vrittis? Vrittis are vibrations. They are all the time going on in the mind. Vibrations, vrittis, different kinds of vibrations. Where do these vibrations come from? They come from psychic impressions, the tendencies. Because there is psychic impression only, you will have vrittis. What are psychic impressions? Those subtle impressions that are stored in our chitta. Where do these impressions come from? They come from our grasping through the panchindriya, through the five indriyas. We use the five indriyas: the eyes, the nose, the ears, the taste, the touch. From this, whatever we grasp enters into our subconscious and becomes small psychic impressions. What are these impressions? They are basically our dealing with the world, how we deal with life, or how we react to life. That is a perfect word. Not even dealing, how we react to every moment of life. Our reaction is stored as psychic impression in thoughts, words, or actions. When a group of psychic impressions come together of the same kind, they become karma. Now, vrittis, like attracts like. Birds of the same feather flock together, they say. Likewise, even the psychic impressions group together and form a bundle strong, and that creates a karma. The give and take begins from there. Now, these are our psychic impressions. What I was coming to, what I began with saying, is about the seriousness. Serious work, quite serious work out there. The bondage comes from all this. How can one just think and look up in the heaven and wait for a savior, something from outside? Or how can there be a magic pill? Because of the lack of magic pills, or because people try all kind of magic pills and nothing works. Finally, they give up, or they are bored. Anyways, this kind, or the people who don't have patience or who do not want to go deeper and face these realities, will always look for quick shortcuts. Nobody is ready to settle and work on themselves. Spend time. You got what is the time? Where is the hurry? You have been given this life itself. The whole life is given to you to work it out. Where is the hurry? Everybody is in a hurry. Especially people who come and go, come and go, come and go. Even this live and all I see, they come and go, trying to catch something, something quickly they can grasp, something they can make use of, some benefit they can extract and run away and try to get that. It will never come, because this is the habit of us picking little bits and pieces from everywhere and trying to make something out of it. When you pick pieces from here and there, what can you get? Rag cloth. You've seen beggars, they stitch one piece from here, one patch from here, one patch from here, and all is touch. Colorful patch you'll get. Rang biranga. Confusion of life. So anybody till now in this category may please leave. It's not, because don't waste your time here anyways. Even those watching live or recording, it's not going to work at all. Only if you have consistency in this field, somewhere something is going to happen. And I am talking from my consistency. Have you ever seen me doing shortcuts? I don't know how long have you known me, but anytime you've seen, I'm always at work, always contemplating, introspecting, reflecting, sharing. This thing is happening. My whole life is dedicated to that, and I am in no hurry. That is why I said I'm not bothered about liberation or this and that. Taking life as it comes. See, half the headache goes there. I am talking about today's subject, freedom. Most of the headaches we have caught up. Nobody has given us. We have caught up. We have brought it into our lives, uninvited guests. Why? Because we are rag pickers. We pick rags from here and there, including our own inner rags, and we put it out everywhere there. A pile of collection remains in our house. Clutter outside, inside. Yes, I know this is not going to, you're not going to like it, but at the same time, let me remind you, I'm not here to please you. I'm not here to flatter you. I'm not here to win your votes. I'm not here to win your likes. I'm not here to make followers. If I wanted, I would have given mast content, colorful, rang biranga, and talked only what the audience wants to talk, hear about. And that is where the catch is. We have got enough systems, we have got enough stuff floating around where only beautiful words are talked to you. And what does that do? That only boosts our egos. That only boosts our vrittis. More of collections, more of all is well attitude comes in. Everything is well. Everybody will console you and say that everything is nice. You are a nice person. Oh wow, look at the smile. How wonderful you look at with that smile. Motivation is another thing. Inspiring is another thing. Flattery is all another thing. Now, if you have sharp awareness, you'll see through that. You'll see through that nonsense. Whoever it is. How much time does it take for anybody to see through the nonsense of flattery? You must have seen it in your life. You can clearly make out who, when, and why anybody is flattering you. Now, when you refuse to flattery means, it just means you're penetrating and you see the clarity, you're seeing everything in clarity, and you have the boldness to be who you are. You don't care. See, I'm talking about freedom. Inner freedom I'm talking. All these things does matter. If you want to only be a good pleaser and want to be in everybody's good books, which is impossible, try it. Whole life you struggle in it. Try to please everyone you want. The whole world. Try your best. You'll never succeed. In the end, you will be exhausted. Because when you try to please others, you are fake. There is no genuinity. The authenticity is gone. The integrity is gone. Then you are trying to show or do something which you are not. Indirectly, you are using mass. See the catches, all these catches that bind us. These things binds us literally. Binds us in many ways. You don't know the bondage that you have in all that. You are entering into treaty with every single person, something or the other. Just imagine you talk to somebody one lie, you flatter somebody, some lie, or you tell something. Now, if you have met 100 people in a month, obviously, if my nature is flattery, I am going to lie everywhere. So, 100 lives I have spoken to 100 people. Now, I got to remember all that 100 because next time when you meet, you got to continue with that lie. And if I am a person of lie, I will speak another new lie to the same person, and that person will say, "But last time you said this," and then you will be embarrassed. Now, to cover that up, you will speak another lie. And our lives becomes a bundle of lies, fakeness, hypocrisy. We don't notice this. And I mean it. Inner freedom, when I mean this. That is why the first thing on the path is authenticity. Authenticity means being who you are, being very straightforward. What is there to please anyone? Like I said in the start only here, I always say, almost all the lives I say, this is going to be spoken here. Please leave if you don't like it. If you find it uncomfortable, I'm not going to say something that's going to please you here. And all these topics are not pleasing. And deliberately I say that because only those who are ready to go through that, who are transparent, will succeed. Rest will keep running. That is why nobody has reached, even after doing so much. They do whole life they are doing. There is no alignment with what they do. Such of us cannot even commit to one thing. You cannot align to one thing because there is constantly inner fluctuation. Where is this fluctuation coming from? I'm coming back to the vrittis. This tendency of fluctuation. Fluctuation means what? Not still in one thing. It will jump from the other. All the time it is fickle minded. That is why the mind is called fickle minded. Chanchal. Chanchal man it is called. What is chanchalta? It cannot be still in one thing. It cannot stick to one decision. Such you see, such people will be indecisive. Now they'll say something, next moment they'll change. And they'll go on changing again and again and again. Why do people change? Why do people not stick with what they say? Lack of integrity. Because they are constantly, their mind is trying to suit to circumstances. Like a chameleon. All the time. Girgut rang badalna, what they say is, the color is there outside red and a chameleon enters, it becomes red. Why? Because it is safe in that red color. Nobody can spot it. It feels safe in that environment. So it changes the color. And the very next moment, if there is a green color, it is going through bushes. The moment it enters the bushes, it becomes green. Now the chameleon Girgut is not doing this purposely, okay? It is not saying, oh, there is a green color. Now I got to change something and it does. Nothing it does. It just goes there and automatically body's mechanism takes care of that. Automatically. It doesn't have to worry. So its color only keeps changing everywhere. Why? Because comfort. safe. Similarly, even human minds are. You don't have to consciously think and adapt yourself, because now we are habituated to such kind of a life, addicted to such kind of a life. Without our permission also, our body will keep changing, our minds will keep changing, our attitudes, our personality will keep changing to suit these environments. Why? Because we have to feel safe, we have to feel wanted, we have to feel accepted, we have to feel loved, we have to feel cared in that environment. So if I want care, support, love, attention, what do? I change my colors. Simple mechanism what we have fit in, but we are unaware of it. The practitioners or of awareness will catch this. They will catch hold of this tendency, because what I'm talking today is again freedom. Where is that freedom that we have? When I say it is possible and you are worthy enough to move into a life of inner freedom and inner joy. This is the inner conflict that goes on inside, but we don't notice it, and we sit doing all kind of practices outside. We keep hunting every possible things outside, all the magic pills outside. So these steps are only for integral people, integrity, people with integrity. If people are not with integrity, leave the space. It's not going to work. Only if there is integrity, and if there is a will to have that integrity and to have that courage to face who I am, this is going to work. Otherwise, leave. Purposely, I'm saying leave and leave, so that sometimes you might get agitated. Why again and again the same thing? I'm stressing on the seriousness of it. And that is why I'm saying even झुंड की जरूरत नहीं है, भीड़ की जरूरत नहीं है. Even a few people who are committed to their own evolution, if they sit there and we are working like I'm talking right now, there should be work happening right now. This is not a lecture. All these sessions, there are few intelligent people who know that. They will make use of it as a practice, right then and there, sitting there and practicing with it, not taking it as a lecture. Because there also the mind is habituated to listening to something and gathering intelligence, gathering knowledge and wisdom. What use is that knowledge which we have accumulated all these years but still has not come handy? What is the use? So what I'm saying is, now whatever you have collected, the knowledge and wisdom that is there within, with a little bit of awareness, the moment you become conscious of all that will become jagrat. And let that deep wisdom within you start working and eradicating. And eradicating means what? You don't have to sit struggling. Just like the chameleon, the girgut changes automatically the color without its personal, what you call, mehnat, without its personal agendas. Automatically it happens. Practice of awareness also, if you develop, things happen automatically. The releases happen automatically, the healing happens automatically, the replacements of these vrittis happen automatically. Why not? It takes so much difficulty, right, for us to believe this, what I'm saying. We will believe that negative will happen automatically, subconsciously, without our doing, because we see in our life you don't have to think any much. You can go on sinning, you can do all the wrong things and still not be conscious of it. And when you become conscious, you say, oh my god, what did I do? Guilt comes in. Means subconsciously you know that you can do a lot of negative things because the mind is programmed. But if I say mind can be programmed positively also, hard to believe. So when I say awareness will automatically do, it might be hard for you to believe. But if I say your subconscious can negatively do something automatically, you'll believe. These are the rigid patterns that we have created in our lives. This is why that inner freedom takes time. It actually has not to take time. The more integrity you have, the more authentic you are, the more faster the path works. The more you put the whole weight on the outside for God to do something for you, for your guru to do something for you, for your relatives to do something for you, for the systems outside to do something for you, gone case. The ideology is that even if they do something, it will not work, because I told you the alignment is not there, because you have got to be integrity, having integrity even in there. So the first thing is the readiness to uncondition, and that is what I've been talking all this while. Freedom comes from liberating all the unwanted conditionings. Your heaviness, the heaviness in life, the exhaustion in life is coming from the heavy load that you carry. So much of load is being carried. Every single aspect of life, you see, we are loaded. I just keep observing my life around, when I am with people, when I'm not with, when I'm with systems, whatever. I keep observing outside, and most of the time, I don't know why people do what they do. Like if I'm traveling in a bus or a train, I'll be just looking aside. Why aside? Just look everywhere in the compartment. You'll see so much of unconscious happening. People are just like a robot. They don't. Nobody knows why they're doing. Somebody is eating one after the other, not knowing what is happening. Not hungry, but eating, munching, munching. Somebody is sitting and talking and talking and talking and talking. Never ending. All night. 11 baj gaya, 12 baj gaya. No chance of offing the light. Going on. Talks going on. Some continuously in the mobile. They can't do anything else. You see the habits that the mind is creating, and many unnecessary things, many, plenty of it you'll see. You can relate it to your life also. Like I told you the other day, going in a taxi is stuck up in the jam, traffic jam. Something has happened. Not a major thing, something. Some extra vehicle came in and they are clearing it out. People, you can see, if you just look in from there, you can see people are struggling to, because everybody wants to move out of the traffic. Okay. Now we are sitting in the taxi. And in the taxi there is tension. The driver is tense, no problem, because it's his responsibility to take it out. But why should the passengers be so restless? Driver is doing his job. Now, if we start putting our head outside, what happened here, there? Oh my God! And then, oh, look at that guy. That guy did it. Why he had to come from there here? And look at this guy. See, this one is going there. Continuously chaos. What do you get out of it? Lack of awareness, unconscious life. What do you get out of it? Clutter this is. First of all, you're paying the taxi driver to do his job, and he's doing his job. Now you are taking his responsibility. You're taking the burden that he's carrying on your shoulders. Look at how much we carry the burden of others. Look at it. Just one day you take in your life. Just imagine today only, forget all these days. What all did you do from morning? If you went out, if you sat at home, if you did whatever, how much of the details that went in your head were your own personal details, and how much was it somebody else's? You'll see 90% was somebody else's. A call comes, not to you, somebody in the house, and they're talking something. Maybe some friend, your daughter's friend, or your son's friend, a mother's friend, father's friend, somebody's friend, they're talking to it. and my my family person, seems little bothered and raising up the voice and talking. Now, is that a small child? They know what they're doing, right? What will we do? What's happening? Why is he reacting? What happened? I've seen many people even pounce in between. What happened? What happened? What did he say? What did he say? What happened? Tell me at least. Tell me. And they're saying, just give me a moment, mom, I'm talking here. But what happened? Why are you so tense? And that person goes to the other room and you also follow. They are handling it, Baba. And the person is telling, I'm handling it, whatever it is. Or the person is even pleading, just give me a moment, please. Can you give me a moment to talk, please? I'll come and share it with you. Now we don't have the patience to even sit there. Look at the clutter that we carry, somebody else's. Anything you see, anything. You sit at your home watching TV. That is the biggest problem that you can carry of the world, because you on and the world is on. And what is news? The problems of the world. All the problems of the world. As if yours is not enough and your family's is not enough. Now you on the TV so that you can go and explore the problems of the world. Some houses I've seen, particular time, that particular time news. Even if earthquake comes, tsunami comes, the TV will not switch off and their attention will not switch off. Such meditative they are. Such ekagrita. Never seen anywhere in their life. But when it comes to watching the television, soap operas, serials, or news especially, what ekagrita. And what you're doing with that ekagrita, because when you know when ekagrita is there, what happens? You simply devour. Your subconscious simply devours it. Devours, I'm telling, swallows. How much ekagrita do we have for such kind of programs where we are sitting and discussing something of self-evolution, transformation, going deep within? You see the ekagrita of people coming and going. झांकते हैं जाते हैं, झांकते हैं जाते हैं, झांकते हैं जाते हैं. Why? They want something interesting. ये सब क्या है? इसमें क्या मजा है? What is the fun in this? I need something that can thrill my mind. I need some thrilling experience. Hello. I've seen people sitting and I just watch them. People sitting and watching movies with me, or when we go to the theater, or when I'm in somebody's house also, we put on the TV and we are watching. Movie is going on. It's a light movie or whatever the movie is going on. And when I look at the person's face, fully tensed, they're looking at that. I said, but why are you tense? Look at that. Now, what is happening there in the story has been taken so seriously that has been as though it is their personal problem. It is their personal problem because you can see it on their face. If you see it on their face, means they're personally taken it. What problem? A fantasy problem. A problem that does not exist. News at least is understood. Oh, it's something that's happening real somewhere in the world. It's really happened. Movie, they are also same seriousness. The chameleon has changed colors to suit to that thriller or that. And now it has changed color and aligned with it and is one with it. And now nobody can distract. You cannot separate this chameleon from that color. Unidentified. You can't even identify that much. The body, the mind, the emotions, everything has got suited with it. Bondage, slavery. This is called mind slavery. You are a slave. Your mind has become a slave to everything outside. Whatever is your slave. This is unconscious living, I'm telling you. Life of no awareness. Because an aware person will not be able to sit like this. Aware person means what? They're watching the movie, and even if they go tense and suddenly the awareness will say, hey, what are you doing? And suddenly they'll say, oh. What nonsense. Because they become aware immediately. They become conscious what they're doing. They become aware of the problems that is going to come to them, because now they know what I'm feeding into the subconscious mind unconsciously is going to be my tomorrow's headache. And my today's headache is coming from my yesterday's headache, yesterday's problem, yesterday's devouring. Yesterday's bondage is my today's problem, today's pain. So if I'm a wise person, will I want tomorrow also to be problematic and headache? If I'm a person on the path and trying to make my future path better, is it not sensible that I become very conscious on what am I doing? What am I filling in with? Absolutely no awareness. We are dead. That is why I call we dead bodies. A few alive you will see somewhere, handful that too. If you get alive, you just look into the city vast. Go to Mumbai and stand and see. I've seen in Mumbai, especially the other station. The other where there is an overboard from east to west. If you have to go, there is a footboard. Just go and stand there and look. There is no inch you can move your feet here and there, and just look at the crowd overall like this. You'll see literally dead consciousness. एक तो उसमें जागृत possibility, very rare, very rare. You look in the local trains, you look into wherever there is crowd, unconscious. You look into a discotheque, you look into a crowd that is jumping and dancing and boozing and all those things happening, party or whatever big shows, dead in consciousness. एक तो उसमें दिखने का चांस ही नहीं, because if there was one awakened, that person would not be there. So the awakened ones are never in this. So you'll never find. It's 100% you can know it's a dead one. Why I'm saying this? Because until you do not observe it outside in the world, you will not observe your own traits. Because when you look outside, you learn. Suddenly you will become aware of your own wrongdoings. This happy birthday fever. This month I had my birthday, happy birthday. My birthday means my body's birthday. I am not very happy with all that. But people are. So one of my student who had come here came to know nahi. She knew it from before. But my contact में नहीं था 15 साल. So I was away from the birthday fevers. Now वापस आ गए and said, hey, sir, your birthday is coming on so and so date. I said, please, दया करके तुमको पता चला, don't ever go and tell it to anybody. A new headache will begin for me. I'll be pestered. I'll be pestered by unconscious people who love worshipping the body, who are infatuated by the body. And if spiritual people do it, even worse. Gaya comes. I don't understand when, which janam में ये समझ आएगा कि you are not the body that you are so fond of. See, we might say seriousness on the path. We are very serious seekers. But when it comes to nonsense, we do it. Just reflect back and see. How does the birthday fever go with you? Or somebody else's birthday fever whom you love go with you? You're stuck in that stupidity. Here I have the right to say, because these, what are these live? What are these platforms? It is talking about awareness towards freedom. Freedom means liberation, mukti. Here, this is a strong ingredient. I don't know about glamour spirituality. वहाँ पे सब चलता है, केक काटो, गुब्बारे फोड़ो, पटाखे फोड़ो, और करो, और पुष्टि करो, काया की, देह की पुष्टि is अहंकार की पुष्टि. You boost the ego only more. Why I'm talking about this ego stuff? Because the liberation means, freedom means dissolving and letting go of whatever These falseness I have held on to. And all this, what I'm speaking right now, comes in, but we say, hey, it's not a small, it's just a small thing. Okay. Birthday and all, don't worry about it. I can take care of it. I am not attached. Many people give me this dialogue. I'm not attached, I'm there, it's all there. Even drunkards say the same thing. आप नशेड़े आदमी को देखो कभी भी, बोले अरे ऐसे छोड़ सकता हूँ मैं, आई कैन लीव लाइक दिस, आई एम नॉट addicted to all this. I say sometimes I have little in, okay, what to do, it's life and all, you enjoy. So hundreds of excuses to hide your own incapability to quit. Your weakness you hide by showing your strength, false strength. Because what am I saying? Hey, I can leave it like this. I'm a strong person. That means I have powerful, free will is very powerful. My willpower is very powerful. How much powerful your willpower is shows in your actions. So on the spiritual path also, even seekers do this. They will talk about mukti, they will talk about Maya, they will read about Maya, they will love to understand about illusions and Maya, and but still be engrossed and drowned in it. Happy birthday fever. How difficult it is to let go of this attachment to the physicality. Forget my own physicality to the other physicality. I can't leave my guru's physicality yet. नहीं होता. I have to see, open my eyes and see. Then only I have to relish with my eyes. Then only I'm going to get a proof or something is there. I have to listen with my ears. Then only I get a proof that something is there. खाक inner consciousness में जाने वाले. I'm using these words deliberately. इसलिए मैं बोला ये मोक्ष पोक्ष जो है ना, आप सोच रहे हो ये दो कौड़ी की चीज नहीं है. This is not a two penny thing what we talk about. इसको दो कौड़ी का बना रखा है systems ने. All the glamour spirituality shows like this. What is it? You keep talking about it. And still we are so dead. We look around, all the talks going on for eons, and you don't see one liberated person. And still we don't realize. We don't even question. We don't even question because we ourselves are dead bodies in that. हम भी कठपुतली हैं. वो भी नच रहे हैं, हम भी नच रहे हैं. नचा रहे हैं, हम नाच रहे हैं. पता ही नहीं, बोध ही नहीं है. कहाँ चल पड़े, क्या चल पड़े, हमको क्या टेंशन है. झुंड चल पड़ी है, चलो झुंड के साथ. काहे को सोचना है. That is the herd mentality. Oh, the herd is going safe. Herd will take care of everything. That is why nobody can walk alone. That is why people choose herds. And they choose words that can please. They choose words that promise. A person standing on the platform and promising something, you'll fall in love with that person. Become a fan, die hard fan. छाती पे लिख लोगे, हाथ पे लिख लोगे, खून से लिख लोगे. Why? Because there is a promise. Somebody is promising. सीटियां बजती है, तालियां बजती है. You have to see the thrill when somebody gives a promise outside. That person is giving a promise, मालूम है बेवकूफ है. इसको बोलते हैं उल्लू बना के तालियां लेके जाना और फिर भी नियंत्रण में रखना सबको. Only the persons who awaken from this dream is even liable for something called self-realization. If somebody is so sick to this, so drowned in all these things, and not even having the bodha, even the awareness of what's happening, I do not want to even know what's happening because I'm trusting. And all in the name of trust. If you feel, okay, there is a good saying. The religions have told, spirituality has told, trust and surrender. Okay, if trust and surrender has been given by God, Then who has given discrimination? Vivek किसने दिया है? That same God only has given right. What is discrimination? What is Vivek for? What is buddhi for? ताकि सही गलत पहचान सके, सत्य असत्य पहचान सके, real unreal, you come to know the difference. What is the truth and untruth, you come to know. You realize that. And who realizes that? Your buddhi. अब बुद्धि ही क्षीण है तो क्या करे? Systems will not talk something to enhance the buddhi, because एक बार बुद्धि आप बुद्धिमान बन गए, फिर आप निकल गए. If you become wise, you're liberated. That is why, if you observe carefully, all the false systems that only do the talking but no delivery will never talk about that real thing which is binding you. It will talk about everything but simple things. Simple things that is actually catching you out. One simple thing is freedom. It will never talk of freedom. Never ever. Because freedom means छूट गया. अरे if I love you, as let's say you're stuck to this platform and you're a fan of this platform or whatever, you become something very acquainted to this, and I love your followership and I want to maintain that. Will I tell you to go away from here, or will I talk anything that will make you go away from here? No, I will talk all the goody things that will make you stay here. Your bondage is my power. Your liberation is my failure. Because if you liberate, the whole purpose is gone. So how much time? And this I'm not talking about, the whole thing is that way. The whole systems you see in life, everything, you look at your TV, it is designed to keep you bonded. You think that is designed to liberate you? No way. No product in this world is designed to liberate you. It is only meant to seep into your life and make you feel how important that is to you. Look at the things around in your house. Every advertisement you look into there, every advertisement will promise you how I can be of use to you, how without me you cannot survive. Every product will say this. Any product that does not say this, let me know one product. Every product has to say. That is marketing. That is how they sell the products to you. First, it has to be advertised that I am important to you, even if it be a call-in. The call-in, they will first show how it cleanses and what all wonders it does to your whole things at home. First, that has to be highlighted, and you have to believe it. Once you believe it, then you will buy it. And to make you believe, anything can be done. Look at the advertisement industry. एक बेवकूफ भी बोल सकेगा इतना फालतू का है. Even a stupid person can look into an advertisement and tell, what nonsense. And we say that also. But still, how much caught up we are. How fake every advertisement is. That even a child can tell, hey, it doesn't happen this way. But how much still we glue to it, and how much still we buy those products. Because somewhere in the subconscious, you have been convinced that this is good for you. Your conscious might reject it, but your subconscious has been, and that is why they know the techniques, how to seep into your conscious, so subconscious. They will sideline your conscious and get straight into your subconscious. That is what advertisements are designed to be. Go and do your research and see. Google out. Google out and find what is subliminal messaging. Subliminal messages enter your brains without your permission and modify your subconscious without your permission. Note down this word, subliminal message, and go and do your research. You'll come to know, because if I sit talking, it'll hours can go on that. Now countries have become very conscious. USA and many other countries have banned subliminal messaging. Now they have kept censor boards to even censor the advertisement. It has to have certified. It has to be sanctioned first. Censor board catch first now the subliminal, if any hidden subliminal messages are there in the advertisements. Because those hidden messages are what penetrates deep into your life and gives you the feeling that I need this. Everything I'm telling you, if you're not conscious, Mayajal, I'm telling you, Mayajal is not what you can't see. What you can see and what is right now, even in your hand, is a Mayajal. This Mayajal doesn't come from the Sukshma. This comes from the gross. Human beings. Human beings का एक मायाजाल है. छूटना है तो पहले ह्यूमन बींग्स का मायाजाल से छूटना पड़ेगा, फिर बाद में ये मायाजाल जो बोल रहे हो, क्योंकि ये माया के अंदर और एक माया has been created, whether you like it or not. And those who know the possibility that this can be created will do everything, and many have done it many ways. Demand and supply. First, everybody knows demand and supply chalta hai. Where there is a demand, there is a supply. Now you will say only where there is a demand, there is a supply. What is the demand? I go to my kitchen and some millets are over, or the flour is over, or the rice is over, sugar is over, whatever, vegetables are over. Now I have a demand because it's over. So because there is a demand, I go to buy it. Because of the need, necessity, I go to buy it. When I go to buy a product, that means that product is in demand. Because I go and demand the product. Give me that product. Because here it has been evacuated. It's over. So I go to a shop and I demand. And because I demand, there is a supply given to me. I get a supply. So the whole market is based on demand and supply. Now this is understood. Ki ghar mein rice is over, this is over, and necessity, I go and demand something. But there is one more possibility come out from the cunningness of human brains. The demand also is created now. Now actually there is no emptiness in your rice. You go to the kitchen, everything is full. You can cook a beautiful meal and have a rich dinner or lunch. Everything is there. What is the necessity? Your hunger. Because of your hunger, you go and cook food, right? So now the cunning human minds, which knows your hunger is creating the demand to go and buy something in the shop. And now when a kitchen is already full, will you buy anything? No. You are not going to basically buy anything. But the cunning mind of the humans, the Maya, they are not satisfied with it. Now they build a demand in your mind. And you're sitting and an advertisement comes of a burger or a pizza or a biryani or a pulao, something. And that's so delicious that you want, you look at it, the advertisement is designed in such a way that you must have it now. You must have it now. That's this advertisement is creating subconscious messages through the subliminal messages. It's sending a signal to you. I need it. So automatically there is an inner craving. Now what? The demand has been created. There is no demand actually. There is no necessity for it. But it has been created by stimulating my brain. The brain has been stimulated, and now suddenly the body is having a requirement to consume that. What will happen when the body is requiring this? There is hunger or there is urge to have something, and the brain is now convinced, oh, if I have that, I'm going to be satisfied and contented, and I run to the market, or I take out Swiggy or Zomato and order it. This is my own story also, which I'm sharing with you. I've learned from this. And once I ordered something from Swiggy or Zomato, now every day I'm getting messages. Suddenly it will come like a notification. Are you hungry, Jacob? And I see who's asking me. I thought it looks like a message. Somebody is like, and I go and Swiggy. Oh. Then after time to test your taste buds. Another message. Then after that, last time you had it for 250 bucks. This time it's only 175 bucks. Something or the other. Trying to keep that momentum to create that vacuum in me and create that desire. If I am unconscious, I'll fall for it. And I've fallen for it. Whenever we are unconscious, we fall for it. Fall, no problem. But get up and see. One day at least see the cunningness. When you see the cunningness, then you can't. The moment you become aware of all these things very clearly, then you can't be fooled. That's why I say an aware person will never be fooled by anything or anyone. Anything they do or the system does, you'll penetrate into, and within seconds, doodh ka doodh, pani ka pani. It will be clear to you. Who does that? Your viveka, discrimination, power of discrimination. The entire Chidagasha Gita is told on how to develop your discrimination, your viveka, your buddhi. Have you ever heard of it? In Chidagasha Gita, we know only a few teachings, we don't know anything else. Why we do not know the deep secrets of all these scriptures? Because it's not been highlighted. These are the real catches, and who wants to highlight these things? Why should it be highlighted? You look at it in everywhere where the Chidagasha Gita is followed also. No such importance is given to these things. They might give importance to Bhagwan's Murti. They will give importance to the Arati of Bhagwan. They will give importance to all his looks, pujas, worships, garlanding, abhishekams, bhajans. Tattva, nobody is interested in. Why? वही टोटके प्रे करो, खुश करो उनको और ले लो जो मिलता है. काम कुछ नहीं करना है. I don't want to work. I don't want to do anything else. Why run on the tattva? Because I know if I make him happy, I'll get everything. So all that I knew is pray. Just pray. And so-called surrender. All the surrender and trust and pray is coming from half knowledge, or it is coming from laziness. Why? Because if it was only, I'm telling you, if it was only trust and surrender, Chidakasha Gita is of no use. Why would have Bhagwan sat and said all those things that he said? He would have only said, keep faith in me, that's all. And gone. He didn't say that. He gave a lot of teachings. Teachings for whom? For us. And the same teachings I'm talking today. Fickle mindedness. Chanchalman. This is all chanchalta. From where it is coming? Explore it. That is the power of Chidakasha Gita. If you are a seeker and learner of Chidakasha Gita, you will experiment and go deep into what he is trying to say. Chanchalman. Bhagwan says, Nishchalman hona chahiye. But why chanchalta comes, that also he has explained in Chidakasha Gita. Who's bothered? आप ही पूरा कर दो हमको. It doesn't work that way. It absolutely does not work that way. If it was only by prayer that liberation was possible, then everybody is praying. Everybody would have got mukti. And not just praying, there are deep prayers. People who worship, all that, everything is there. But until that worship begins and combines with the inner work, nothing is going to happen. I'm not saying worship is not important or bhakti is not. Bhakti is very, very important. Without bhakti, if you have only gyan, you become an intellectual, you will become a philosopher. Dry philosophy, dry life. भक्ति बिना ज्ञान अधूरा है, ज्ञान बिना भक्ति अधूरा है. So even the devotion has to have knowledge, wisdom, and the wisdom has to have devotion. What is this devotion? Devotion is alignment with that tattva. This is what I call bhakti. So if somebody is aligned to that being, Bhagwan, and then the tattva bodh also is taking, okay, same I say with my guru also. So many times I've said this. Just blind faith is not going to work. Blind faith, and what he's talking, I don't know. What are his teachings? I don't know. Oh, it must be this. Half-hearted. Now also when people challenge and tell me you are not XYZ yogi, this yogi, that yogi. Oh, you are one? I am a so and so yogi. XYZ yogi. Why do you call yourself XYZ yogi? Because I belong to this path. Because I am fallen in love with the master. Fine. But then they tell that my love is not working. I tell them your love is not working because the wisdom also is not aligned with. Bhakti or Gyan has to go simultaneously. Only Bhakti is not going to happen. And only Gyan also will not happen. Gyan should have Bhakti. Bhakti is that connection that you have toward the Guru Tattva. When both of these works, then it. See, the same Bhakti connects you to that Guru. And the Gyan in that Bhakti detaches you from the Guru. If this Gyan is not there, your Bhakti will be only attachment. Attachment to what? The physicality. You're stuck. But if Gyan is there, there is Vairagya also in that Bhakti. That's the beauty of the Tattvas. I'm going to begin the Chitakasha Gita every morning, 6 o'clock. Probably from March 15th is what I decided. Not I decided, something came to my mind today very strongly. So every day 6 a.m. in the morning to 6:30. 6 to 6:30, every day one verse I'll post, which I have done it before also. For 1 year I've been posting. But this time with the post, I'll also try, because I can say is try. I'm not perfect in that, but at least I'll try to closely bring that tattva out. Just sitting half an hour and going verse by verse, you'll be shocked to see there is so much. And say, why this was never out? Why we never knew about these things? Because nobody wanted you to know it, first of all. Because if you know that, there is a big catch. You will have conflict inside. Because when I speak something and I say something, I do something, it's a conflict, big conflict. And whatever is in conflict is never out. They remain in the books. Spiritual authentic life is opening up those dusty books, going deep into it, exploring spirituality in its fullness, not adhadura. Right knowledge and experience of the knowledge is very important, Manoj. Absolutely. Like, what am I talking here? Maybe my gyan But until I have experience of it, I'll not talk of it. I'll not read it from there and somebody said it. No, everything that I speak here is from my own experiences. Like even today's I'm talking about the catches of these advertisements and how I even got caught up in it. There is gyan, there is experience. That is what Anand Tirth Maharaj told me in Uttarkashi. 22 years he learned under his guru in Uttarkashi in the ashram, where he invited me and showed me his ashram, and he even said, "You can take your retreats here." I miss him, Anand Tirth Maharaj. I don't know where he is. Just like a flash, he came into my life, and like a flash, he's gone. One day, I think one couple of hours, we met, we spoke. Some divinely person just appeared and spoke, and so much of love, unconditional love. Unconditional, because after that, we have not even spoken once. But not spoken doesn't mean we have disconnected. We are still. I love him. Whenever I look at him. Even when if I think of him, there is love from flowing from Anath, and I know it's the same that side also. Because on Instagram, whenever I post something, he's the first to like it. So I know he's there somewhere in the background. Anantir Maharaj. And he was the first person who ever put this word retreat into my head. I had never dreamt that I'll be doing these things. Because I didn't want to do these things. Because I wanted to be free from all these kind of catches. But then I saw continuously one by one all these things are coming in. And then I took it as divine message. Till whenever it is, fine. If tomorrow if it doesn't happen also, I'm not upset about it. I don't want to get caught up in all these things. I'm very careful. This is what I prayed to Devi Amma also. To keep me afloat from all these things, not drown me into all these things. Because I'm seeing so much of Maya. So much of even the best people have fallen into this pit. Maya doesn't spare anyone. And for divine reasons, I think I was shown this even in Himalayas. Everywhere there is this catch. Even the greatest spiritual beings are carried away in this Maya. And you helplessly watch it. What's happening here? Because even when there is hope, somewhere at least there might be something, and then the moment you start building up that hope, and then you see that also has got floated away. Everywhere you look, there is this Maya. When I told Devi Amma about it, long back, she said, "This is the reason I didn't get into it." Everything is a catch. She said, even ashrams are a catch. How many of us have the authenticity? Amma has this authenticity to say this. Why am I, when Vijayanand Swami, whom I love so much, who has got Nityananda Ashram here, one day he told me laughingly, in my young age, I left home. I wandered everywhere. And finally, here I am. And all this is his doing, I don't know. It's all came up. I never wanted all these things. Penniless, I came and suddenly I have everything. And he said, "Today, except a wife, I have everything, which I did not want. I have a big kitchen, and I left my home kitchen and I came here. I didn't want children or family, and today I have hundreds of children to take care of. And there I did not want to get into that take caring of business, and here I am looking into that. I wanted to stay away from people, and here I have all the kind of people coming to me, all day in and day out. I didn't want to own even a single. I gave up my house, and today here I have a so big house, the ashram. This is what Swami Vijayananda, and we laugh every time he says that. He also laughs. Authentic people. Swami Vijayananda is very authentic. Even he will talk what is going inside also. But not everybody can talk that. But you can see it still everywhere. Thank you, Anand Tirth Maharaj, for retreat. हाँ जी, संजीता जी, चिदाकाश गीता हिंदी में भी होगा, मैं करता हूँ उस चीज़ को। So the word this retreat was given by, put in my head by Anand Tirth Maharaj in Uttarkashi, next to the river Ganges, Ganga Tat pe, and that is the oldest ashram, Someshwar ashram, standing there in Uttarkashi. And he said, यहाँ पे सब बंदोबस्त है, everything. He showed me the library, the Vedic libraries. He said, however you want to use this space, you can come and study here, you can stay here, or you can bring people and do whatever you're doing. And that is the time stuck me. What do you mean by that? And then he was laughing and he said, whatever you are speaking, you do not know. It's all the Upanishads and stuff only. You do not know, you are casually talking, but it's the same. And this is the same reason I wanted to call you even 2 years back. I could not for some reason get in touch with you, but it ऐसे ही pending रहा, and today here we get a divine opportunity to meet together in Uttarkashi. And so I said, okay, now I must convey this to you. And he said, you are wearing plain clothes, good. We cannot. I'm a sannyasi. The way you deal, I cannot, because we have our own restrictions and we are following that. So it's a pleasure to see somebody is doing this kind of work into the world where everybody is engrossed in that, and putting these simple things only in a very different way where people can understand and relate to it. Vedas, if you open, people might run away. So the translation is good enough. And that was a good motivation for me. I mean, nobody in my life ever praised me, I'm telling you. That has been a very big drawback in my life, I think. Oh, so it's my prarabdha only. Maybe I never did that to anybody in my past life. So this life, I never got appreciation for something. Never from anybody. Like you are doing a good job or you did this or something. Yes, you guys do it. That's a different thing. I mean, from anybody who are around me having experience, or elders or seniors or parents or teachers, or never got it. Today there are many fingers that will point out and try to put me down, but there is not one finger that will say you are doing right. And that is why I appreciate and adore Anantit Maharaj. I bow my head at his feet. And I'm telling you, it's been a very lonely journey, and it's been a very alone journey. Because this is one reason I used to say, why the hell get into all these things? And today one of my friends sent me a message. End to end, one man show. Keep going. And it's been a one man show all these years. Everything that you see here, or everything that it's coming from one man show. There is no multiple people here. I mean, the physicalities that we are doing, and it's okay. I'm not complaining, but I'm just amused, and I'm even shocked at times to see that even people don't have the, even those who know it is the right thing, they don't have. That's how this world functions. Very weird. So I always carried these kind. That is why I didn't get into all this stuff. All these years I could have done it back. Never, no interest in it until that Uttarkashi both trip to Himalayas happened, and a lot of things happened, and then Uttarkashi, Anantit Maharaj met me there, whom I personally have never known, but he came and he said, and there I got the conviction that if this person is talking in this divine, such a divine place on the banks of Ganga on this trip, I was wondering all the time. If you remember, I was telling, I don't know why I'm going to this Himalayas. I'm not very excited to go there. I really was not. मेरा क्या काम हुआ? What I have to do? Okay, I was telling even Shivdas bhai, you आप जाके आओ ना. magic you. He was insisting. Then I said, okay. I told a couple of my friends also, I don't know why I'm going. Let's see what happens. And one after the other, things opened up. I don't know. That's how divinity speaks to you. And I have no doubt in it. I have no doubt in the guidance of the higher worlds, because just after that, all these things began happening. After that Himalayan trip, all these things just opened up because one person said that here is, and there also I will be having a retreat sometime in Uttarkashi, just to keep Maharaj's words, because he was the first person who invited me there. And it's a beautiful setting that he has, beautiful ashram. Right, you look out of the ashram and down you have the Ganges. You just walk down 2 minutes and you're in the Ganga Tat. And Uttarkashi is unpolluted by anybody. All the tourists don't stop there. Either they are in Rishikesh or they will go to Gangotri. This spot nobody stops. So there are many sadhus and sannyasis who are doing their tap there. Beautiful place. Probably for a reason only he came there and he told that. Anyways, because of that, I said, okay, let's see what comes, and see what comes. Things happened again. I have never organized a single event till now. All this that you're seeing also. Even Rishi Gurukulam, I don't know. Things happened. In Arunachala, things happened. When we were sitting, Preeti was there. She went and told somebody, and from there I got a call, invitation, Zoom, satsang happened, and then they invited me there, and from there the things happened. And then again I came this side, and there were more people who got influenced there. They are inviting me to Mumbai. And here, meanwhile, in Tirunamalai, there were two people constantly telling me, well, let's have here, let's have here. And I was not trusting myself. But on the same Himalayan return, I didn't go home. I went to Tirunamalai because I wanted to go there. And the same talk was going. And I said yes that time. Because there Anantir Maharaj had just told me about this. And I saw it as a possibility. And that's how it all began. And none of this I'm organizing. People are only inviting, they're keeping their whatever hotel they're booking, whatever that tattva, whatever they're receiving, whatever they feel it's important, something must be there. I don't know. I'm a poor judge of myself, because of my poor judgment only I never had this confidence to do anything. And another thing is, I was, because whomever I looked at, never gave me a thumbs up, never told me you're good enough, never told me you're worthy, you must go, you must go ahead, you must proceed in life. Nobody told me. That is why I wrote in today's message, you are worthy and capable of moving into a life of inner joy and freedom. You are worthy. There is nobody from outside that will worthy, because everybody will tell you you are unworthy. Everybody will find faults with you. Everybody will have an excuse or reason to make you to stay back. Nobody is going to tell you, go ahead. Go ahead. The path is waiting for you. Not even your own family. Mark my words. Either out of attachment, they will not tell you, or either out of jealousy, they will not tell you. Straight, I'm telling on face. You have to decide your own worth. That which comes from inside, knowing that you are worthy. Why are you worthy? Why do I say you are worthy? Because this possibility is happening because you are worthy. This very possibility that you're sitting here listening to this, or having an interest in spirituality, or seeking something, wanting to go somewhere, study something, meditate, go within, find a guru, do tapas, whatever that is, it is all coming from the inner need of worthiness only. If you are not worthy, would you have this calling? But how easy it is. When it comes to the real work, we say, I'm not worthy. People might say you're not worthy, but you don't have to blame them. You will listen to people only if you're a people pleaser. What have you got to do with people? I never listen to people. I never listen to my own family also. Forget it. Even today, I don't listen to it. I don't want to listen to it. And the message is very clear. If somebody suffers because I am not listening, their problem. Many are suffering that way. Or many have showed their suffering through emotional blackmailing, something like that. कुछ काम का नहीं है. Once you are stern and once you are clear with what you want and you want how desperately you want it, that's it. Nothing else matters. This will be conveyed to the people slowly, sooner or later, and one day they will let you go. If you don't, at every moment there is a landmine that will explode. One explosion, you will be back to your pavilion and you will sit crying. There are many stories of many people, like, for example, sportsmen. There are little teens who wanted to become a sportsman, and the parents said, no, you have to become an engineer or a doctor or a scientist or something like that. I said, no sports. Or a musician, no music. Though fatka mila, though emotional blackmail mila, they are back to square one in their home, shutting down in their rooms and crying and sobbing and weeping and frowning, but continuing to be the same old person and go according to so many their wishes. Now it is upon them. Some people have gone that way, and when they do live that kind of a life, and when they entered into a married life or in elderly state of age, then they regret. Then they are the same people who complain, oh, this happened to my life, that happened to my life, they did this to me, this did this to me, मेरी हालात ऐसे थे, circumstances happened this way, ऐसे हो गया, वैसे हो गया. Those are only lame excuses. That is only you telling that I could not do what I had to do when I had the time to do, when I was supposed to do it. Now, because I realized that I was not able to do, now I am putting the blame on somebody else. And there are also equally those examples. Had that will went ahead, became a musician, become famous, became an author, became a sportsman, whatever their passion was. It let you know the stories. It all depends on your what you're seeking and how your intensity of seeking is. I'm not saying you have to run away or something. There are examples of sportsmen who are not allowed to go out and they practiced within. There are musicians who are not allowed to go out but they practiced inside the home or with whatever little they had. There were musicians I know जिसने डब्बा वब्बा लगा के, all the utensils and all, they used to play the drums and they mastered in that. There are so many examples. There is Eklavya who was told you cannot do that, and he made, okay, if the guru is not available to me personally, let the image of the guru be in front of me. No excuses there, no complaints. He did it because he wanted it. How intensely they wanted it. Everything is on your intensity. So they cannot be told that they left everything. They didn't leave anything. There are people who were in the jail and who wrote books. Now, such a big excuse. Once I am free, only I can do anything. Here, what can I do? But somebody has utilized their time in writing books and they became hit. Odd things done in the odd ways. Passion driven, desire driven, goal driven. They wanted to do that. Same way. Now tell me, if somebody tells in the house, no, you cannot go anywhere, you cannot meditate, you cannot go and attend all these spiritual programs, blah, 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 sit at home and do this, study. Now, what will this person do? I give so many examples. Such a person, if they really have the desire, they'll sit inside and meditate. But they will. My guru's family was always against him in his childhood. Nobody liked the idea that he is going to meditate. All had an aversion. So whenever they saw this young boy is becoming little meditative, they closed the doors. They started controlling him. Said, no, we won't allow you to do this. And it came to such an extent that they started keeping watch on him to make sure that he doesn't meditate. Going outside, okay, theek hai. He said, if you don't allow me, fine. I'll meditate in my room. There also he was not allowed. No meditation. But still, through all the odds, he came out of it with flying colors because he wanted it. Through all the limitations. And what are our excuses? Oh, I got a family, I got this, I got that, I'm stuck in this. There are some people who tell me I'm stuck in marriage. If you are not stuck in marriage, you would have got stuck somewhere else, but you'll get stuck because this is a world of getting stuck. Maya is stucking. So it's not because you are in marriage or in a relationship or because you have a child. Many have openly told me that my biggest feeling is, why did I have a child? I cannot pursue, I cannot do anything. Yes, true, because the moment you produce a child, it's a investment of minimum 15 to 20 years. You got to be dedicated to that life. But then that's not an excuse. It had to happen, it happened. So I tell them, don't worry about all those things because that's your prarabdha. People who have come into your life don't have just not pounced and fallen out from heaven. They have a meaning to be in your life. Karma bandhan, rana bandhan. This is all rana. If you want to get rana mukti, what has come, accept it wholeheartedly. You cannot do anything. That's your prarabdha bhoga with them. Some len din ka chakkar hai. But now become aware. Become aware and conscious. Now, when you really become aware, you will not live an unconscious life. You will not be dead like the others. You look into every family in you, all are dead. Why they are dead? लिपटे हुए हैं एक दूसरे के साथ. हाँ, this part you will not like it. You might close your ears for some time. The same people who say that I feel now stuck, married, or the same people who say I shouldn't have had a child. When I look deep into their eyes and their voice and their being, I can see how much they are attached to the same thing that they wish they were not there. Their child, so much of attachment. Their relationships, so much of attachment. And on the other end, they are saying, how I wish I did not come into this. Conflict. What do you want? You want it or not? Oh, sometimes I want it, sometimes I don't want it. When is that sometimes that you want it? When I feel insecure, when I feel unloved, when I feel uncared, when I feel unsupported. That time I look out for them. Who are the people around me? And then they are everything to me. And then there are times that I don't feel lonely. Like I want them. Even if they're not there, okay. It's all fine. Doesn't matter to me those days. Is this spirituality? No, it's selfishness. When I want something I need, then I look around for them. When I don't want, I don't want. This is not spirituality. Now, if I tell you it's spiritual, it's selfishness, you will straight go to the roots. What I'm trying to show you is the roots, the bija, where the seed is. That's what I told you. I'm not going to please you selling that goody goody words. I'm telling you straight, it's there. It's selfishness. Because when you accept it as selfishness, you will do something about it. You will do something to get over that selfishness. If you don't only know that it is your selfishness, you will cover it up instead all your life and then wonder why I'm not able to get out of this rut. Selfishness, swarth means what? Focus on the self, on myself, my needs. That's why I say all this. When you say everything is fake, everything is fake. Even I am fake. Now listen to this. You say everything is fake around me. Everything looks so unnatural, so fake, including the people around me, my life around me. Everything is so fake. But then on the other end, you are still clinging on to all this fake stuff, which means it's real. How can you cling on to something that is fake? If it is fake, it doesn't make any sense. It's not common sense to even cling on to something, because you will cling on to something, you will hang on to something that is real. Now, if I show you an image of an apple and keep an image in front of you, keep an apple in front of you and say you're feeling hungry, eat this. Which one will you pick? You'll pick the real apple. Are you going to pick the image? Because you know that's fake. According to you, this is real. I can eat. But now you say everything around is fake, but you're catching hold of that. Why? Understand that. Where is that coming from? Because you feel the fake is real. Though you're saying it is fake, but internally you know, you feel it's real. So all your attachments, all your people that you have around you, I remember while I was conversing with one of my friend, and the friend had a child, and the friend was saying about Maya and all this stuff. I said it's very easy to say about Maya and all that. Now, if I catch hold of your child and say this is Maya, will you believe that? No. The person said no. See how real it is. This difference is where spirituality has to penetrate. If you penetrate to this, you have got the secret. Inner freedom comes from there, because once you see through that and once you realize that, expect that, you have had it. Till you don't realize it, till you don't understand this, wherever you seek, whatever you seek will be only confusion, because the whole thing lies here. What is this fakeness? What is fake? Anything that is temporary is called fake, unreal. Anything that will perish today or tomorrow or sometime is considered to be unreal. Whatever does not perish and is always there is considered to be real. This is what the Upanishad says very clearly. And what is it that is real in that terms, which never dies, which is eternal, which was never born, which will never die, which was always there, which is there right now, which is always going to be there. Even if you don't realize it, Shastras talk about it, Vedas talk about it, Upanishads talk about it. It's the soul. The soul never dies. It never died. It is always there, Shashwat, Nitya. Anything that perishes is Anitya, not eternal, not forever. एंड उसमें सब आ गया, आपका घर आ गया, आपका पैसा आ गया, आपका बच्चा आ गया, आपका बीवी आ गया, आपका पति आ गया, आपका सब कुछ आ गया, आपका नाम आ गया, आपका शरीर भी आ गया उसमें. Even your body has come in that. All anitya. It has to go one day. Now forget the experience of it. At least this realization, this truth, this realization, and this focus on this truth will start delivering you, will start liberating you. But if you avoid this truth, कितना भी आप स्पिरिचुअलिटी करो, कितना भी आप भजन संकीर्तन करो, कितना भी आप तपस्या ध्यान करो, चूक जाओगे आप। बिकॉज आपके विवेक से आप, यू आर नॉट यूजिंग दिस डिस्क्रिमिनेटिव property to see through and discriminate what is real and unreal. If you can even understand what I'm saying, अगर आपको बहुत भी नहीं हुआ, but if you just understand on it and if you start working on it from that angle, now look at things from a deeper perspective, look at things in awareness. I'm telling you, all जो गठबंधन है, what you have caught inside, all the nonsense, all the falseness, all the untruths that you have caught will slowly start evaporating out in right in front of you. So when you see your child next time, don't look at it like a piece of attachment that you want to pounce upon and for your comfort. What did I say? There, this, what is the ego beater is this. Whenever I'm hugging my child, whenever I'm hugging my husband or wife, whenever I'm caressing or supporting or whatever I'm doing, it is for my benefit. It is for my satisfaction, my personal satisfaction. Let this penetrate deep in you, what I'm telling you. It is for my selfish need that I'm hugging or kissing or caressing or whatever I'm doing with that. Because I feel good, I feel supported, I feel comforted, I feel secure. Something is there, someone is there. I feel fulfilled. If you have this discrimination while you're doing that act, see what happens to you. Just see what happens to you. If you can remember this when the next time this happens to you, see what happens to you. Suddenly a new kind of, I'm not saying immediately you'll have vairagya, nothing. Keep on doing it every time you see it. This is the only way to see through maya. ज्ञान से नहीं होता। वो ज्ञान किस काम का, जो मैंने यहाँ भर रखा है और जब समय आए मैं उसका उपयोग ना करूं। This gyan has to be used in practicality when these things, situations come. All your loved ones, when they come in front of you, look at them. I don't mean don't avoid them. Look at them, but look at them that this is not a permanent being. That's why I said this spirituality needs courage. है मुझसे नहीं होता वो सब। ओ दर्द होता है सोच के ही। सो जाओ, चादर उड़ाओ, सो जाओ, भजन करो, गुण गाओ, बिकॉज उसमें आश्वासन मिलती है आपको। All these, that is why most of the people are running away. All the people who choose this kind of worship and all that responsibility भगवान पर दे दो, आप कर लो, आप कर लो, आप कर लो, they are running away actually. Escapism. Do you think mukti happens? Mukti doesn't happen that way. Show me one person. अगर आपको लग रहा है इससे मुक्ति होती है, एक person, show me one person who has attained liberation with attachment or holding on to the fakeness or holding on to materialism. Show me anybody, even those who have done bhajan. If you think bhajan have saved them, show me one person. Right now also, you can put your feedbacks here, whoever it is, in history or anybody. Even if you take Sant Tukaram, he did bhajan and he had a wife and he had a very quarrelsome wife. Quarrelsome nahi, his wife is to beat him up, literally. That kind of a wife. Always cribbing and complaining. Because he was not earning anything and he was all the time in bhajan. So she was telling that, no, you're good for nothing, and she was completely the opposite. Now, for Sant Tukaram, that would have been such a great excuse. Nah, I cannot help you, God. Every day I get thrashings and all these things. I cannot. Fed up, I'm fed up. No, he continued his bhajans. But what was that bhajan? That bhajan was coming from Vairagya. He was never attached to anything else. When you're not attached and then you do bhajan, that's a different thing. But if you're attached in everything and then you want to run away from this real kind of conscious things that you see, this the reality that you see, you want to run away and then you want to do bhajan, that bhajan mein koi nahi. भला हुआ मोरे घघरी टूटी मैं पनिया भरन से छूटी रे भला हुआ मोरी माला टूटी मैं राम भजन से छूटी रे मोरे सर से टली बला. ऐसे भजन किस काम का? कबीर साहब कहते हैं कोई काम का नहीं है ऐसा भजन. कोई ऐसे माला जप मंत्र जप कोई काम का नहीं है आपका. इट्स नॉट गोइंग टू हेल्प यू when you are not aligned with the truth, when you are doing it in the form of some escapism or some formality or some hope that you're just doing it. You have not understood the whole thing. वो बोलते हैं कि भला हुआ ऐसे आदत से छूटी. इट्स एन आदत. आदत पड़ गई है ना अपने को सबकॉन्शियसली. माला जपो माला जपो माला जपो. I told you once, I was telling about Swami Samartha. To one of the Swami Samartha Bhakt, who is my friend. So she has this rigid mala japna and all that. Bodh nahi hai, just like that. And she wants help. So only where they want help, I can tell them. Otherwise, why would I go and tell somebody? So when she told, I said, this is the problem. Even Swami Samartha did not like this kind of worship, dvand. He wanted to liberate people. He said, connect from here. You all are so connected to the idols and only connected to the stones. The tattva is not there. And at one instance, he went and did this on one of the idols. He actually went and peed on one of the idols. What a shocking thing. Now, when I'm telling this incident, this person who is in the unconscious japana immediately began, subconsciously, again gone into that mode out of fear. That is not the meaning of mantra chant or devotion. Devotion means इतना रमा जाओ आप उस तत्व में, like मीराबाई, कि भेद ही ना रहे. That's meditation that you do. When you do meditation, the meditator and the object that is being meditated upon should become one. The worshipper and the one who is being worshipped should become one. Then that is dhyana. Otherwise, it's only len den. Immediately it will become len den. मुझे ये दे दो, वो दे दो. Your bhajan also will have selfishness. That bhajan will be for something. I need to get something. Maybe even mukti, but something is there. I give this and you give me that. Business. But when both one become one, when the meditator and the one that is being meditated upon become one, when the mantra that is being chanted and the person who is the chanter becomes one, japa jap. That is why Kabira says, भला हुआ मेरी माला टूटी मैं राम जपन से छूटी रे मोरे सर से टली बला. A big headache is gone. That I am now got rid of this habit of chanting, mechanical chanting. Good that my rosary broke, my beads broke. Good that my pot broke, that all the water fell, and now I don't have to fill this water again and again with mechanical. So he's talking everything about mechanical. What is mechanical? Today's subject, what we are talking about, the unconscious, the subconscious, what makes you buy a pizza or a refrigerator or a television or any damn thing. You notice when you go to the shop, you will buy only that is branded or what you have seen all the time. You've heard about it, you have seen about it. Means that company has convinced you that you have to buy this. I can give you examples of so many models and so many brands which are not branded but are much more better, many times better than the branded ones. But because they don't have publicity, they are not given that kind of lucrative benefits and not being shown, Nobody knows about it. Okay, value news iska. But what is in the market, out in the market, very popular, is always there is a craze behind the popularity. Look into the cars that have been sold. Only that which is popular, branded, which is marketed well, publicized well. Only that. I know this very well because I was in Bajaj Auto once upon a time, and I've been trained from Akurdi Pune Bajaj head office only in marketing. So once upon a time in the automobile sector, I was a sales manager and handling all these kind of things. And when I was trained, I was trained in such a way that when somebody walks into your showroom, only from far you observe that person, and there are so many things to observe: the body language, the way he walks, the way he talks, the questions he asks, and all that. And immediately the salesperson would know what this person want, how much money this person can afford, whatever is there in his pocket, from which other showroom he has gone and come, which other competitors he has gone and come. And even immediately you'll come to know whether there is a possibility this person is coming to buy, or it is just curiosity, or is this person going to go somewhere else. It doesn't need spirituality to know this. The world is very far better than spiritual people in such matters. That's why I said another Maya. But good, those experiences come handy today. You can understand all these things very much, very clearly from where it comes. So this unconscious conditioning that we are stuck up into, this is the mukti that we first need to get off. And I'm telling you, if you keep even making efforts, you will start feeling the inner freedom coming to you. I am rid of all this, that is why I feel free. There is inner joy and peace all the time. Even if it is not there, some more maybe vrittis here and there, that will also go. Because if so much has gone, I am sure everything else will go. That's the journey. We have a whole life standing here in front of us. Poonam, what level of intensity you might have had here that kept you walking the path without any validation, at least in the initial days? Well, I do not credit everything to my doing here in this lifetime, because I have had a past life, and most of these things I've done out there, carried out there. And this is not the first time I'm doing these things. It is just a carry forward, and I'm aware of it. So I wouldn't credit everything to this lifetime or anything. But what I learned from this life, I am sharing here. That validation comes only when you don't believe in yourself, when you are not having a truthful experience. If you are very true to yourself and you trust in that being within you, and the concept should be very clear, because I know when I trust in myself, I'm not trusting my body, my ego, my intellect. This is all very limited. I know there is a very beautiful and very powerful cosmic intelligence that has created this being and all this, that is so beautifully capable of handling things. The cosmic intelligence is so powerful. Means what I'm trying to tell you is, I know there is a power that is beyond this mind, that can handle things, that is handling things, including this being, so beautifully. Once you have a very good conviction about this, and then you come to know that you are nothing but a part and parcel of that cosmic intelligence, it makes a big difference. So the trust will not run now to people and places and things outside. You will slowly start trusting this piece of that cosmic intelligence. There must be something in this. And then there is a knowledge and wisdom also knowing that. Why I am not able to be like that cosmic intelligence? Because of the layers that has been created around me. So all my focus now is to release that layers. So I know it's my own doing. And what I'm talking all these days is all about these layers. If you're catching this very carefully, all your attention will go on these layers, because when you look at these layers, they start dissolving. If you don't look at them, they are like glass walls. You can't see them, but you'll bang. You cannot move forward. And you'll think, why am I not able to go? Everything is crystal clear. I know I have to run there, but I'm banging my head. My body is banging. What? Against this glass. This glass is that layer which will not allow you to go beyond something. So what I'm saying is, unlike the whole other world, including the glamour spiritual world, which is not bothered about the glass, they are only looking and trying to bang through, or they are waiting for somebody to come and break my glass. Or some are busy only wiping the glass and cleaning it every day and using wipers so that they can only see through. They want to see, they want to dream. एक दिन धुंधला हो गया, they can't see anything, they will be very desperate to get it clean from inside. And if it is from outside, they will hire somebody, pay somebody to clean from outside, just so that they can see and be contented and restful. Oh, I get a glimpse of my whomever deity or ishtar that's outside, I'm happy. I don't want to go beyond this. I'm happy here. Light is coming inside, there is sunlight outside, that light is coming inside and falling on me, that's enough. Through the glassy say, I don't want to go and merge in the light, and that's not my thing. I want somebody to come and merge. I want the light to come inside and merge into me. Why? Because I feel, why not? The sun is so powerful, it can break the glasses also. Nature is so powerful. Why doesn't it do it? Same way we say, God is so powerful, God will do it. So it's all on the outside. So the validation that I have, with the no validation that I have, even if somebody tells me anything, those days I could not, because I was dependent, learning, learning so much. But that interest in that path, interest in the goal, and the intense desire to go there, come what may. I'll add this: come what may, nothing can come in between. Not even my loved ones. I don't know how you take it. Because the moment I say loved ones, people will say, this is misguidance. Misguidance to misguidance. तुम्हारे लिए misguidance, मेरे लिए full guidance. Because all this only led me to whatever I am able to see today. Because I kept my life purpose on the priority list. After that, everybody stands. Glamour spirituality will keep telling me, no, this is important, that is important. Your goal बाद में, first you finish all these kind of goals. अरे जब तक तुम उस goals में अटक जाओगे, पता भी नहीं चलेगा. This glass you are building, so many glasses you are building, you'll be lost in it. And by the time your life ends, you are so feeble, you are not able to break that glass or even see that glass. And even the one who told that there is light outside will not be there tomorrow, and you are in the glass, banging the glass. Somebody will be passing, then you will ask for help from that person. Everybody, passerby, will keep on asking, but you will not want to break the glass, because first of all, you are not aware of the glass. So when you start seeing the glass, now what happens is, listen carefully. When you start becoming aware of all these glass doors that you have created, nobody else, you have created, and now you become more and more aware, and one by one, as the glass doors start breaking, because you are inside a palace, multiple glass doors are there, one after the other, one after the other. All these are those bondages that is not freeing you. So when you start looking at only the glass, they shatter, and when it shatters, there is another glass standing. So now your habit becomes only to look at the glass, because you know when you look at them, stare at them, it vanishes, it dissolves, it shatters, it breaks. So over a period of time, just looking at glasses and shattering it, you will come close outside, and then you will have those glasses which are very difficult to shatter otherwise. Sometimes the systems only have made so many glasses. Systems have made those glasses, and see the work of Maya, that the systems itself cannot see the glasses. Systems cannot see the chains that they are in. If the systems cannot see the chains that they are in, खाक तुम्हारे chains बताएंगे. If the system cannot see their own glasses, pitiable condition. How can the system tell you about your glass? Because they also believe there is no glass, you also believe there is no glass. But the टकराव हमेशा चलता रहेगा, and you don't reach anywhere. You can't meet each other. It's very funny. The other person from outside calling, come. I'm here and I'm also coming. You also come. But the union is not happening. Why? Because both are banging on the glass. Somebody has to see the glass. If not somebody, you see the glass. I chose to see the glass. So sometimes when I see the glass, my glass I'm seeing, but also I'm seeing the barrier on the other's glass also. And when I'm seeing that glass that the system is having, and I point out that, very painful. कल का लौंडा बताएगा अपने को ग्लास का. Then it goes all into attitudes and all those things. It's not about कल का परसों का कौन किसने क्या बताया. It is about our willingness to expand, our willingness to be free. If we do not want to be free, nobody can help. But then that did not stop me from getting free. I say if there is any glass that is not breaking, that's their problem. I break my glass and I get free. And I fly out of the cage. Then I don't care what the world is saying, because I have this experience of breaking my own glass for so long and so persistent. And every time the freedom it has given me, that's jubilance. The realization of that comes from the conviction. The conviction comes from this experience. It is not coming from an arrogance or the ego that others might think. Oh, it's a ego. Ego is like ego is like banging your head on the this running. I want to break all the glasses. No, we are not. We are not doing that. Shurvirta, जटिल जटिल चीजें नहीं कर रहे. किसको दिखाना है? Whom to prove that I am the doer? The doers will break their head on the glass because they're doer. They want to break the glass. What I am saying, you look at the glass in deep awareness, and the glass will shatter. Have you seen those magicians when they look at a wine glass, when they're staring at it with ekagrita, they can pierce it and the glass shatters. As the power of the mind. One example, a glass can shatter just by looking, but you must have that kind of ekagrita. So there is no doership. When you have doership, you bleed. You bang your head, you bang your hands, and you are bleeding all over. It's paining all over, and then you say it's so difficult. That is what in the Himalaya they told me. Tapas is all this only. Jitna jatil karma, utna jatil tapasya. The more rigid your ego and karma is, the more rigid your practice will be, because you want rigidity to break the rigidity. I am a rigid person, and this because now I know I am stronger than a stone, because my ego has made me so strong and stone and so much like a stone or a hammer that I want to use myself as. My ego is breaking against that jatilta. Whereas what I'm saying is you don't need to go into all that so much. All that I'm saying is stare in integrity and sincerity and purity and that, that intention, that authenticity. Stare at it. Whatever you stare at in authenticity, not out of ego. The ego is different. What when you stare at ego, through ego, it's a different thing. But what I'm saying is stare through integrity at your own walls, stone, what you call the glass walls, and you see how it shatters. All that I'm teaching in shifting into awareness is nothing. When you shift into awareness, you're able to look from awareness, through awareness. You're not looking through your eyes. Eyes is all jatilta. Panchindriya is jatilta. I'm saying you're using your awareness. Awareness is beyond the Panchindriyas. So when you become aware, you see the glass doors. And when you continue to be aware of it, you shatter the glass walls. That's how it goes. Everything that I'm telling you, the advertisement, you stare at the advertisement. And the advertisement, don't be like a dead body looking at it and unconscious. Look at it, penetrate through the cunningness of that advertisement, and you will have only smiles. When you're watching a movie, look at the superficiality of it. You'll not get carried away by that emotions and all that. You'll still be smiling and laughing because you know it's not true. Something running on a screen, white screen, that's all. What are you doing with all this? You are developing the habit of seeing through even Maya. पर्दे पर जो चल रहा माया है, ग्रॉस माया, और ये सूक्ष्म माया है. Until you don't practice here, until you don't perfect yourself here, how do you expect to look through this Maya? This Maya will gobble you. That is why when you look at your child, you will still look at it as your possession. You cannot look at it as Maya. Maya doesn't mean like, you ignore it. No, but there is a sense of discrimination. There is an awareness when you look at that being. But I'm telling you, anytime you look at your loved one, you will always look at it like a dead body, like a dead conscious person, as though you're not spiritual. The best of spiritual people do this. बहुत ज्ञान है, बहुत तपस्या है, इतने सालों से इतने मेडल्स डाले हैं, इतने इतने नाम कमाया है, सब कुछ है. Everything they have in spirituality, so called everything they have, which calls them successful, spiritually successful. But when it comes to this, utter failures. They are just corpses. All spirituality is gone for a toss. And यही तो असली अध्यात्म है भैया. हमने कहाँ जाना असली अध्यात्म क्या है? हमको तो दिखाया गया असली अध्यात्म वो है जो माया से ग्रसित है. दैट ओनली वी कॉल अध्यात्म. भजन गाओ, पूजा करो, यहाँ दौड़ लगाओ, सारे कर्म कांड करो, क्रिया कांड करो, बिना बोध के भी करो, लेकिन करते जाओ. काया को पुष्ट करो, काया नहीं शरीर को, इतना पुष्ट करो कि लंबे से लंबे चले. अब उसमें मुर्दा चले या जिंदा कोई चले वो फर्क नहीं है, चले बस. मैं तो कहता हूं इससे अच्छा है कि एनलाइटन होके जल्द से जल्द निकल जाओ. देन आप 200 वर्ष इसके अंदर रहे मुर्दे के समान. व्हाट यूज इज दैट इमॉर्टलिटी that you will carry around anyway? You have been carrying around it like a dead body. Now you carry it around for more years. Doesn't make any sense. The stupidity of that lust for extending your life. If you have that lust for extending your life, expanding your life, become aware and consciously ask yourself, why do you want to expand your life? You are truthful. सच्चा मन से आवाज आएगी ताकि मैं और भोग करूं वासनाओं की, ताकि कुछ और दिन चले, कुछ और दिन रह लूं अपने न्यारे प्यारों के साथ, कुछ और दिन निखार लूं, कुछ और दिन भोग कर लूं और कुछ अच्छे अच्छे. Let me have some more time of enjoyment. This is what the whole. तो सारी दौड़ देखो जमात की, सारी उसी दौड़, because unconsciously they are designing that only. They have no higher desires. Whereas immortality was granted to those rishis and those tapasvis who had a greater desire of attaining the Lord. वो मुक्ति के लिए अपना काया बढ़ाते थे, वासनाओं के लिए नहीं, इसलिए मिलेगा भी नहीं. डोंट वरी, इतना चीप नहीं है इमॉर्टलिटी. And Alexander the Great met a guru in India, a great master in India. And he was moving all, I won't go into details, but so much of flattering and so much of thing, धमकी दे के देखा, पॉलिश करके देखा, सब कुछ करके देखा, गुरु मानी ही नहीं. बिकॉज ही वॉज अवधूत, उनको क्या लेना देना तुम्हारे पावर से. एंड अवधूत हैज नथिंग टू डू विथ पावर एंड ग्लैमर. तुमको हासिल करना है, जाओ हासिल करो, तुम्हारी मर्जी है, वो मुक्त है. तो अलेक्जेंड्रा के ढिंडोरा पीटा उधर, यू नो हु आई एम दिस ग्रेट. तुम्हारे लिए तुम ग्रेट, तुम्हारी दुनिया में तुम ग्रेट, हम अपने मौज में. एंड व्हेन ही ट्राइड टू थ्रेटन हिम, मास्टर asked, whom are you threatening? His body? To kill this body? Take it away. I don't care. And he was like shocked. Alexander was shocked, क्योंकि आज तक वो अपने शरीर को ही मेंटेन करते आए हैं. शरीर किस लिए मेंटेन किया अलेक्जेंडर द ग्रेट ने? क्योंकि उसको कब्जा करना था, पूरी दुनिया पे राज करना था. उसकी इमॉर्टेलिटी की भूख उसके लिए थी कि उसको राज करना है पूरी दुनिया पे. एक एम्परर बनना है, सम्राट बनना है दुनिया का. वो थी उसकी काम वासना, उसकी कामना, उसकी वो थी. और इसके लिए इमॉर्टलिटी खोजते खोजते उसको पता था यहाँ मिलेगा, भारत में. एंड ही केम हियर एंड ही फाउंड समबडी हु इज इमॉर्टल. और बुद्धिमत्ता उसकी, मूर्ता देखो. ही गोज और उसी को धमकी, ही गिव्स थ्रेटनिंग टू दैट पर्सन, दैट गुरु हु इज ऑलरेडी मुक्त. इसको कोई परवाह नहीं है मारने की, उसको क्या फिक्र है, बोला ले ले. तो कमिंग टू द पॉइंट, ऑल दोस थिंग्स हुआ बट ही डिडंट एग्री. देन फाइनली अंदर की बात बोली. एंड गुरु आस्क्ड, व्हाट इज इट दैट यू वांट, क्या ढूंढ रहे हो? सेड इमॉर्टलिटी. मुझे जीना है बहुत लंबा. अब क्यों जीना है? उसको थोड़ी मोक्ष पोक्ष का कुछ पड़ा था, या अपनी इसके लिए कर रहा था, या दूसरों के मोक्ष के लिए कर रहा था. उसको कब्जा करना था बस. दूसरों के मोक्ष के लिए कर भी नहीं पाएगा. जो आप अपनी मुक्ति नहीं कर पाए, वो दूसरे को क्या मुक्ति करेगा? खुद गठबंधन में है तो इच्छा तो आ ही नहीं सकती वैसी इच्छा कि दूसरों को मुक्त करे. आई तो भी वो फेकनेस रहेगा. दूसरों को मुक्त करने का एक बहाना मिल गया बस. सच्चाई नहीं है उसमें. बोलने के लिए मैं बोल सकता हूँ, मुक्त करने के लिए अंदर तो मेरी वासना छुपी है, मेरे पर्सनल डिजायर्स छुपे हैं. तो विथ ऑल दिस पर्सनल डिजायर्स ही गोज. एंड गुरु बोलता है, अवधूत ऑल्सो आर वेरी दिस, दे नो हाउ टू ब्रेक द आइज. दे से ओके, आपको वो चाहिए, देन यू गो टू दिस प्लेस, द हिमालयस. वहां पे एक झरना बह रहा है, वन स्ट्रीम इज फ्लोइंग, ड्रिंक वाटर फ्रॉम देयर, यू विल बिकम इमॉर्टल. आई ड्रैंक फ्रॉम देयर, आई बिकेम इमॉर्टल. अब लालची आदमी तो दौड़ पड़ेगा, उसको वही चाहिए था जो मिलना था. वो दौड़े, he went running there and then he remembered, अरे मेरे साथ तो मेरे लोग हैं. बोले आप यहीं रुको, मैं अभी आता हूँ. and he goes in that direction, जो भी उनको बताया गया था. he goes and देखते हैं वहां पे पानी है, झरना है. hurriedly he goes and tries to take water in his hand, about to drink. A कौवा, one crow is crying from there, don't drink, मत पियो. and Alexander is shocked. A speaking crow, बोलता हुआ कौवा. क्या बोल रहा है? बट उसको वो चाहिए थी, तलब उस चीज की है ना. He tries to drink again. Again the crow cries, don't drink that, don't drink that. And Alexander says, why are you saying this? He says, because I also drunk from the same. And what do you say? He says, yes, I drank from the same water and I have become immortal. This is why. And you're not happy? How can I be happy? The crow says. कितने जन्म बीत गए, कितने युग बीत गए, मैं अभी भी ऐसे ही हूँ. आई वॉज अ क्रो वंस, आई हैड अ ब्यूटीफुल फैमिली, बहुत लंबा बड़ा सब कुछ था. मैं जाके पानी पिया एंड आई बिकेम इमॉर्टल. I lived forever, but everybody around me died. My family died, my near and dear one died, my friends died. मेरी पूरी मुल्क गई, मेरी पूरी community गई, सब गए. But I am still here and I am suffering now, feeling alone. Every time people come and they go, new people come, new people go, old people go. आ रहे जा रहे, and I'm here. I'm so fed up now. I don't know what to do. I've tried ending my life, लेकिन काम खत्म ही नहीं होता. Because I have this vardhan of immortality. So he tells, "O king, if you have little thodi bhi buddhi hai, don't drink from that water. It is not a boon, it is not a blessing, it is a curse." बोध हो जाता है अलेक्जेंडर को. Suddenly moments of realizations of what is this lust about immortality. He gives up that and then goes back and he's in a different state of mind. In a couple of days he falls sick and he leaves his body also. Suddenly that interest has gone now. That lust for all that power and kingdom and supremacy, everything is gone now. Suddenly, both ho gaya. He's gone into deep contemplation now. Wow, who am I? Why did I come? What am I doing? What is life about? When people, everything is dying and going. These kind of stories you'll never hear. You'll hear stories about how you need to lust for life endlessly. There is no wrong in lusting for more life. You ask for a 200-year-old life, you work towards 500 years life, all that understood. But what is the purpose that you're asking that for? वो भी अगर साथ में बोध हो जाए तो समझे. That you are asking for an extension of life because you don't want to take more births and undergo the same trauma again. So एक बार चांस मिला है, एक बार बोध हुआ है, एक बार वो अंडरस्टैंडिंग आ गई. नाउ before I realize this body should not get weak and die again, so that I repeat, for that case I work on my longevity. Makes sense. And that is the only sensible thing what all the great rishis who have attained immortality has done for, and that is why they got it. Pure intention. You will never see a person with a crooked intention with immortal life. भस्मासुर बन जाएगा वो. भोगरनाथ जी, अगस्त्य मामुली, Patanjali Maharishi. Look at all these great Maharishis, all the Saptarishis, immortals. And some of them, like Agastya and Bhogar and all those people, lived for 4,000 years, 5,000 years. ये आयु थी उनकी. Now 5,000 years में उन्होंने रंगरलिया नहीं की. उनकी कामनाओं की पूर्ति नहीं की उन्होंने. They didn't run around fulfilling their desires. You look at all the history of all these people, fully dedicated in places of yoga, fully dedicated in mastering and achieving excellence in Ayurveda, in herbal medicine, in Siddha medicine. This is the contribution that they give, and they had a purpose or scripture writing, whatever that is, or, or all this medicinal history and all that. Anything and everything got to do with the betterment of the evolution. And that is why their gifts are revered at all times. They did not expand their body for 5,000 years to buy a BMW or a Mercedes Benz or gold lockets to put around their necks or big palaces, big mansions, costly and branded stuff. ये नहीं थी उनकी. I'm not saying this is not valid. It is valid. डिजायर्स आर डिजायर, उसका भोग करना चाहिए, ठीक है, लेकिन उसके लिए और एक 500 साल मांगू ताकि मैं और भोग करता जाऊं, कोई भगवान भी नहीं देगा इस चीज को. व्यर्थ है. कामनाएं, ऑल लस्ट फॉर, वासनाज है. इफ यू हैव गॉट 100 years, time has been given by God to you to finish off your vasanas, and you are not focused on finishing and emptying yourself into nothingness, you keep on adding more and want to add even more lives to it. Do you think it's going to work? Another 500 years you're adding to your life. You will only extend these vasanas, because in this 100 years, if you do not use to reduce and wipe away your vasanas, if you only keep in the bhog vilas, by the end of 100 years, it will multiply. And the other 400 years will have powerful vasanas. Guaranteed all 500 years are going to go in that. You might say, no. That is why extension is taken, so that we can work on it. Then why this is not taken? This, you're not applying it right now. If my mind tendency is that I'm not going to apply it right now, then that tomorrow never comes. You'll see with all the bhavasanas what happens. कल करेंगे, बाद में करेंगे. All the habits you see. शराब छोड़ना, दारू छोड़ना, सिगरेट छोड़ना, आदतें छोड़ना, कल करेंगे. Next time. So there is no guarantee even after 500 years you're going to be free from it. So whatever is there is in the now. Whatever has been granted is in the now. Divinity has given you that chance in the now. This life, this present life, has been given to fulfill that. You don't need to merge up another 10 lives. When you're right now not in the present and you are trying to expand your life for more number of years, that means you are still working in the future. You are not in the present. You are not relishing. You are not utilizing the present. You're living in your future and working so hard. I see people so hard, working hard for their future, for a future that never comes. Very few people will tell you, relish your present. That is where your catch is. That is what the topic of today's live is. How to move into, you are worthy enough to move into a life of inner freedom and joy. All these things that I told you does not permit you to go to that inner freedom. You are living in bondage. When you have so much of bondages, the whole session that I took today was all the bondages that I'm talking, including all these wrong ideas that you have filled in your mind. Thanks to all the wrong systems that feed in these kind of minds. It should have been vice versa. Take out all these things. No, new things are fed into it. And we get more and more conditioned to it, or we strengthen those false conditions more. And it becomes very difficult for us to liberate. So all these, ये सब हमारी ही पकड़ है. We only are responsible for holding, and it starts in every. If you have observed in this session, you'll see that हर पड़ाव में there is a बंधन. हर पड़ाव में, हर क्षण में है. पड़ाव छोड़ो, हर क्षण में है. You look out of the window, there will be some catch. You close your eyes, there will be some catch inside. You on the TV, there will be some catch. You take the mobile, there will be some catch. You go to a spiritual place, there will be some catch. You go into a religion, there will be spiritual catch. You open the books, there will be some catch. Everywhere there is a catch. If you're, that's why I'm telling you the importance of awareness. If you're not aware, everywhere you go, you'll be just unconscious. And you'll take in everything. मानो, मान्यता, मानते रहो, मानते रहो, मानते रहो. जानने की कोई कोशिश नहीं है. जानना यानी awareness. So that freedom that I'm searching, I need to become very practical and spiritual. If you want inner freedom, this is the price that you pay for it. You look at all the unwanted things happening in your life and don't give importance to it. रत्ती भर की कीमत नहीं देना उस चीज को, एक बार बहुत हो गया तो don't give importance to it. If you give importance to it, then it is not awareness, it's unconsciousness. Like I'm saying, you see your near and dear ones, okay, it's fine, there is all these responsibility, okay, all that fine, nobody's telling drop anything, but just nazariya change करके awareness से देखो. How long is this person going to be with me? Just a simple cheese on your face, I'm telling. You're seeing. How long is this person going to be? Even if you feel scared, sit there. डर लग रहा है, जिटर लग रहा है, sit there. You're sweating, palpitation, or sit there. Still face and courageously ask, how long? कितना देर आपको सता सकता है वो चिंता? How much time can it trouble you? Some time will loosen its grip when you are persistent. Now, there's a big difference between cutting off. I don't want to get attached and cutting. That is stupidity. Because आप इस चीज को आप एक्सप्लोर ही नहीं कर रहे हो. आप ग्लास को गौर से देख ही नहीं रहे हो, घूर नहीं रहे हो. You're trying to break the glass. That's dangerous. When you break the glass, then you'll feel like I don't belong here. I have to leave the house and go. I need to get disconnected with this person. I need to close my room and sit. Open the room and sit. Keep looking at everything in awareness. Suddenly the things will change inside. Suddenly your new kind of things will open up. You will still continue being there. You will still continue being a son, daughter, husband, wife, parent, whatever. But there will be a difference in that approach. That means that dispassion is developing. What is dispassion? Freedom. These clutches, you're unwinding yourself. Now, if you ask me, simple question. I'm telling this from my life incidents. Like I don't know if you ever notice this. You'll see me always bindas, free and calm and happy in my own world and doing what I want and freaking out life. Nothing, no inhibitions, no aisa nahi, waisa nahi. Even those who have been with me will see that. No inhibitions of any type. No rules, no planning. कल क्या करना है, परसों क्या करना है, ये क्या करना है, वो क्या करना है. If somebody asks me, I'll say, let's see when it comes. Now we'll do this. Let it happen. Why? You will see a kind of freedom that I'm living in, and that freedom has come from all this unwanted leaving of all this unwanted culture. So I have nothing to crib and hold on to, even in my family life or whomever I know. There's nothing. I know it will all go one day. Even this work, I'm not very attached to. I don't know, because this is not going to be for eternity. These sessions are not immortal. I'm not immortal. These things are not immortal. You are not immortal. You will go one day, or I will go one day. These things will go one day. God knows. So when I'm not, when I'm looking at these things in clarity, when I'm staring at all these things, everything that I look at, I know this is not permanent. I'm building up that habit of seeing what Ramana Tattva is so beautiful. When that saint told him that I see Krishna all the time, and Ramana asked, do you see him now? And the person said, no, now I don't see him, but sometimes in between. And Ramana said, what you see will also disappear. What appears in your mind or even in reality, what appears means it has to disappear. It's a dvand, dual. What will not disappear? What is always there? It will not disappear. It cannot disappear. It's always there. But what appears has to disappear. That's the law. What disappears has to appear. So he says, whatever disappears and appears is not real. He says, my dear, catch that which is real. Why are you catching this which is unreal? Say, Lord Krishna is coming in my vision. He's coming in physically avtarit ho raha hai, and I can see him, have his darshan. Apart from boosting the ego, there's nothing else that's going to happen. So Ramana says, anything that appears and disappears is still on the mental plane of visualization. It is not real. It is being reflected by the mind. However strong you feel it, it is still happening on the Manomaya Kosha, in the mental plane. And mind itself is a mithya. Mind is an illusion by itself. Mind does not exist until you give it an existence. So see the catch, what Ramana very clearly said. All other, wherever I've seen, they will say, catch on to that. Oh, you got a darshan. Why, you are blessed. You catch on to it. Now your life is changed. Ramana was not impressed only. He said, if you have to catch on anything, catch that which will not appear and disappear. That is a God principle. That is the tattva of cosmic param tattva. It was always there, Shashwat. You were always there, a part of that param tattva, the soul, nitya. Don't go behind anitya, go behind that which is shashwat and nitya. Atma nitya hai. That is why they say Atma amar hai. Amar means immortal. So the true immortality that we should seek is to find the immortal soul and realize the immortality that you are immortal. You, the real you, are immortal. That realization is the most fruitful one. That you realize one day that I am immortal, not the body, the being. That's what Ramana talks about. Because you never died, you were never born. So these are even intellectual stuff, but it makes a lot of deep sense. But why should I hold on to something which will disappear? When I was sitting first in Ganeshpuri, my first ever visit, I didn't know anything of all this. When I didn't even know who are Avdus, I didn't know anything. And I was sitting in front of the chair, I was hearing voices. And that voice only told me, I'll be there with you always. Nityananda's voice. Anytime you seek me, I'll be there. Now, that was very new to me because I didn't understand this. So many times I didn't know it was real or unreal. I thought it is real. I told my friends, they convinced me it is unreal. They told me you're mad. And they laughed at me. So I thought, okay, maybe it's unreal. Then another two, three things happened in my life. Then I said, no, this is real. It must be his voice. And then I went back home after 1 or 2 months. Again, I fell into depression. And then I remembered, oh, there I remembered that, he called me, I'm there. I called him in confidence. Nothing happened. Many times I called, nothing happened. I went deeper into depression. Not that it didn't happen, it did happen, but now I can reflect that with what Ramana says. What appears will disappear. What you heard will be unheard one day. Catch that, which is beyond all this. So when I began catching that, the thing started working there. Catching that means not running behind it, attempting to be one with it. Because once you are one with it, then there is no catching. I don't say hai nahi. What to catch? When you merge with your guru, when you become one with your guru, whom will you catch now? Whom will you search now? Whom will you listen to now? Whom will you see now? That is all happening in an imaginary illusion Maya world through your Panchendriyas. But I am talking something that is beyond the Panchendriyas. Something that is real. What is real? Is the Guru's body real? Voice real? Darshan real? Or is the Chetana of the Guru real? Ramana's Tattva again. Catch that which is real. Because what comes has to go. You will see, even if you see your Guru in one program, he has come. You'll be happy. But you'll be depressed when he goes. The coming and going is the pain and pleasure principle. You're stuck in it. And that is what Ramana says. What comes will go. So if something comes in front of you, it will go. I came in front of you a couple of hours back. I will go after some time. What comes will go. This is not eternal. But what I'm speaking from here, that is eternal. That will remain. And this speaking is not created by me. It is always there. It is there in you also. So it will resonance there. Anytime you connect to the truth is Shashwat. It's always there. That is why rishis tapped into those secrets. They got it. In all yugas, whoever tapped into it got it. So in all yugas, anybody is tapping and they're getting it. Means it's there. The Anhadnad is always emanating. The people who are hearing the Anhadnad is not different. It's the same Anhadnad everybody is hearing. There is not special Anhadnad. Tuning into the same truth that is Shashwat, eternal. It is foolish to say that if you are looking at the sun from US, your sun is different, and I'm looking from India, my sun is different. They might look different, but we are both looking at the same sun. If you go out right now and stare, if you are from Delhi, West Bengal, Kerala, Madhya Pradesh, any place, you stare at the moon right now outside. And if I go and stare at the moon right now, we are all staring at the same moon. That is what eternity means. Eternal means. That is what Ramana meant. Catch that which is real. So when you catch that which is real, whatever you call as Allah, Ram, Jesus, Nanak, Mahavir, Buddha, whatever you call as your God, that Chetna which you reach, that Param Tattva that you reach to, is the same that even I am reaching to. All, everybody, wherever, whichever tapas, whichever path they are doing, whatever they are doing, they are all connecting to the same Paramatman. अब बताओ, मूर्ता है कि नहीं? झगड़ा करते बैठे मेरा भगवान बड़ा, तुम्हारा भगवान बड़ा, कितना मूर्खता होगी. एंड इफ स्पिरिचुअल पीपल आर डूइंग दिस, हो गया. मैं चौंक जाता हूं जब पत भी ये करते, हमारा पत श्रेष्ठ, हमारा गुरु श्रेष्ठ, हमारा कर्म श्रेष्ठ, हमारे साधना श्रेष्ठ, हम ही श्रेष्ठ, बाकी सब विभिन्न अलग ही है. कहाँ से आ रहा है भाई आपको ये सब? वही परम तत्व से आ रहा है. जिसकी आप निंदा कर रहे हो वो भी वही परम तत्व से आ रहा है. जहां आप जाके मिलने वाले हो अंत में, वो वही परम तत्व है. जहां वो भी जाके मिलने वाले वही परम तत्व है. जिसको जिस मर्जी से करना है करे. श्रेष्ठ कैसे हुए आप? श्रेष्ठ अहम होता है, सत्य नहीं होता. इतना बहुत हो गया. इवन इफ वी रियलाइज दिस मच एंड यू कैरी इट इन योर, ये अभी ज्ञान हो गया, ठीक है. ये अभी जो भी मैं बातें करता हूँ ये ज्ञान है, लेकिन ये ज्ञान को सजगता में रख के, जागरूकता में इस ज्ञान को हमेशा रखना ही सफल जीवन है. When you are able to do that, all the time truth is being revealed to you. All the time your viveka is working. This is correct, this is not correct, this is correct. तो whichever is not correct, automatically you will not catch it. You will catch only, क्योंकि you are सत्य के पुजारी हो. You are the seeker of truth and light. So if you are the seeker of truth and light, you will only catch that which is truthful and the light. You will see the darkness, but you will not catch the darkness. You will see the untruth, but you will not catch it. क्लैरिटी आएगी आपको. ये ठीक नहीं है, ये ठीक है, ये ठीक नहीं है, ठीक. जो ठीक है आप उसको पकड़ते जाओगे. ठीक 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 ठीक. सत्य 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 सत्य. लाइट 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 लाइट. यू कैच ओनली दोस थिंग्स अगेन एंड अगेन. तो ये क्षीण होता जाएगा अपने आप. दैट इज व्हाट रमणा मेंट. डोंट वरी अबाउट योर वासनास, डोंट वरी अबाउट योर कर्मास. दिस इज दैट, दैट इज दैट. डोंट जाके उसमें उलझो मत टूट पड़ के. You see everything in your awareness and you discriminate. Oh, this is my karma, this is my vasana, this is my, okay, I can see it, it is there, awareness hai. But you abide in awareness. You live in the soul consciousness. You live in the self Bhagwan Ramana used to say, live and abide in the self at all times, because when you are all the time in this, आप इस चीज को पुश कर रहे हो, और जिस चीज को नहीं देना है अटेंशन, वो अपने आप लुप्त हो जाएगा, क्षीण होता जाएगा. They will become more and more weak, all those tendencies which you don't want, but you're aware of it. You're not focused on it. I'm not saying focus on it, because somebody told, आप क्या बताते हो ये, नेगेटिविटी को हम देखते नहीं, हम सिर्फ पॉजिटिव चीजों को देखते हैं. वही तो इल्यूजन है, बिकॉज आपको लगते हो कि आप पॉजिटिव पॉजिटिव, आप में कुछ है ही नहीं नेगेटिव. फिर ऐसी पॉजिटिविटी जो सोच है, वो अहंकार में बदल जाता है कि आई नो एवरीथिंग, व्हाट आई डू इज राइट, सेल्फ राइचियसनेस आ गया, ओनली आई एम करेक्ट, ओनली माई पाथ इज करेक्ट, माई गुरु इज करेक्ट. वो आ गया हम, क्योंकि हम पॉजिटिव देखने वाले, ओनली पॉजिटिव देखते हैं, ये हम आ जाता है ओनली पॉजिटिव देखने. नेगेटिविटी का बहुत रहा, नेगेटिव एस्पेक्ट्स इफ यू आर अवेयर, विनम्रता लाएगी, इट विल ब्रिंग ह्यूमिलिटी, इट विल कीप यू ग्राउंडेड. जरूरी है दोनों पथ पे चलने के लिए. नहीं तो सिर्फ उड़ते गए, मैं हमेशा सब सत्य ही करता हूँ, मैं जो करता हूँ वही सही है, गया काम से. फिर देयर इज नो ग्राउंडेडनेस. सो दैट इज व्हाई इट बिकम्स वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. Conscious seeker, thank you Bhaiya for making us aware of such higher truths. Most welcome. You are ready to take it, we are here to share it. Okay. I don't know about these philosophies because I have read all these philosophies. मुझे भी इस चीज का ज्ञान है कि the seventh state, the turiya avastha, the anhadnad, the द्वंद, the द्वैत, और धारणा क्या होती है, फिर ध्यान क्या होती है, फिर समाधि क्या होती है, उससे पहले भी बहुत कुछ है. यम नियम प्रत्याहार आसन, बहुत कुछ है. बट वो सब फिलोसफी है, मैं फिलोसफिकल ज्ञान नहीं बोल रहा हूँ. आई एम सेइंग उसका बोध कैसे हो. ऑल द फिलोसफी, उसका बोध होना बहुत जरूरी है. नहीं तो व्हाट आई सेड इज ज्ञान विदाउट दैट एक्सपीरियंस. अभी किसी ने तो यहाँ पे बताया था कि एक्सपीरियंस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. आई हैड रेड इट समवेयर. Yes, right knowledge and experience of knowledge is very important. This is what Anand Tirth Maharaj told me. He said 22 years I've been serving in this organization, this ashram. I lived here 22 years. I learned the Vedic knowledge. But my guru told, now you're done. I've taught you everything, sacred scriptures. Now go. He has where to go. He said, go out in the world. Parivrajak. And do what? Go out and wander in the world. Why wander? I've done so much only to go and wander. दुनिया भर में घूमता फिरूं. Yes, he said. That is your practical. This was your theory. Theory खत्म हो गया. अब इसको प्रैक्टिकल में परिवर्तित करो. जाओ and have an experience. क्योंकि जब you will have experience, all that you have learned from the shastras is out there. हर एक चीज आपको बहुत होता रहेगा. एंड व्हेन यू एक्सपीरियंस दिस, यू विल रिलेट, अरे ये वेद ने ये कहा है, वेदास ने ये वर्णन है इसका, उपनिषद हैज सेड दिस अबाउट दिस, पुराणास आर टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस. यू विल हैव अ प्रैक्टिकल एक्सपीरियंस. एंड वो जो बोध होता है, दैट इज द रियल ज्ञान. एक्सपीरियंस और ज्ञान का जब सम्मेलन होता है, मिलन होता है, बोध होता है, तो वट एवर वी टॉक अबाउट ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर देयर. फिलोसफीज बहुत है, बहुत बहुत ही ज्यादा है. और बहुत ही ज्यादा हमने फिलोसफी सुनी है, बहुत ही ज्यादा हमको सबको फिलोसफीज पता है, बट उसका बोध होना बहुत जरूरी है. व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट अनहदनाद, उसका बोध होना चाहिए. अनहदनाद सुने हैं हमने, बोलना आसान है, जो सुना नहीं हम कैसे बोल सकते हैं. हाथ में चीनी लेके हम बोले कि चीनी ऐसा है, इसका वर्णन करो, या लड्डू लेके बोले कि लड्डू ऐसे दिखता है, लड्डू लड्डू का ऐसा स्मेल है, लड्डू का ऐसा टेस्ट, ऐसा स्वाद होता है, पता है इसमें ऐसी कितना भी आप एक्सप्लेन करो पता नहीं चलेगा जब तक लड्डू नहीं चखोगे. दैट इज व्हाट राइट नॉलेज एंड द राइट experience is very important. You have to taste that what you speak about. At least a glimpse. वो मोतीचूर का लड्डू है, उसमें से एक दाना, एक बूंदी, एक तो चख लो, आपको एक आभास तो होगा, हाँ अच्छा, पूरा लड्डू का स्वाद नहीं मिला लेकिन एक ग्लिम्स तो मिल गया। फिर हम थोड़ा तो बोल सकते हैं उसके बारे में। अनहद नाद, उसी पे अगर कॉन्सेंट्रेट करो तो ध्यान लग जाएगी आपकी। ये धारणा वारणा तक उधर तक भी जाने की जरूरत नहीं। अनहद नाद बाद में आता है या ये पहले, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। There is no step by step process, and I'm telling you there are many people who have gone step by step and never heard the anhad naad. There are many factors, many factors. It also depends on your previous lifetime's karma, or what kind of work you have done, how much consciousness has come to what. So many factors are there. इसलिए कोई मेथड्स ऐसे नहीं चलता बुक के हिसाब से, हमने ऐसे कर लिया। अष्टांग योगा तो फुल फ्लेज्ड है, but there are people who have gone through ashtanga yoga also but never had that experience. I've met also such people. All the 8 limbs they followed, starting from yam niyam se, but they've never got it. Because sometimes only gyan will not help. Bhakti is needed. Bhakti is different in this. Bhakti is very important. Bhakti doesn't mean that bhakti I have devotion to Ishta, or I am having love or faith in something. वो bhakti नहीं है. Bhakti is very deep. I'll discuss then when we start Chitakasha Gita, because Bhagwan talks very detail in multiple places in Chitakasha Gita about desireless bhakti. He doesn't talk about bhakti, he says desireless, निस्वार्थ भक्ति। एक झलक मैंने आज इसके सेशन में और पिछले सेशन में बताया था, व्हाट इज निस्वार्थ भक्ति। वो जो भक्ति कि मैं भक्ति करूं बिना कोई उम्मीद के। आई डोंट हैव भक्ति फॉर कृष्णा thinking that he should appear to me one day. That bhakti is apara bhakti, which even Meera ji had in the start. She wanted Krishna to appear, talk to her, be one with her, marry him. भेद वाला भक्ति, भेद भक्ति, अपरा भक्ति, डिजायरफुल भक्ति, डिजायर है उसके अंदर। चिदाकाश गीता भगवान says desireless bhakti, and he also says para bhakti. That is abhed bhakti. So this is that bhakti that I'm talking here. Bhakti means not towards an object. Even the passion that you have towards your path is your bhakti. The trust that you have in yourself, the trust that you have in the higher mystics, their words, the trust when you look at people like Nityananda, Nisardat Maharaj, or Ramana, who lived free of ego, of any attachment. You will not see them anything. Loincloth people, langot wale log. No attachment to anything, not even their own body. Look at what happened to Bhagwan Nityananda. Not connected to his own body also. While living also, aram se dila. So many ailments in there, never bothered to treat it also. Bhagwan had cataract, he had arthritis. Where they are bothered about their body. बोध ही नहीं है शरीर का. Ramana had so many things. He had cancer also. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa had all these things. Never bothered. Not that they cannot do it, but they gave it least importance. लीस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पर्पसली नहीं किया, वो ऐसे स्थिति में पहुंच गए थे कि कोई वैराग्य अपने शरीर के साथ भी है। तो व्हेन यू लुक एट देम, द ट्रस्ट एंड फेथ दैट कम्स, दैट भक्ति इज व्हाट आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट। वो जो भक्ति, वो जो एक विश्वास आता है कि सी द पॉसिबिलिटी ऑफ ऑल दिस थिंग्स, दैट भक्ति, व्हेन यू हैव एन एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ समथिंग and you know it's true, yes, it relates to this experience, relates to it, that bhakti, एक अलग डिवोशन आता है। when I used to read about Ramana Tattva, and then when I experienced certain things there in Arunachala, so much of convictions and clarity, and एक अलग सी भक्ति आती है. That bhakti, see, it doesn't have an object. I'm not talking about my bhakti towards Ramana or my bhakti towards the hill. I am talking towards life itself, spirituality itself, the consciousness itself. That is what Bhagavan is talking about. Desireless bhakti. There is no desire in this. कोई मिलने की कोई अपेक्षा नहीं इसमें. खैर, I'll talk about those things in when I do the live sessions every morning 6 to 6:30. From 15th I'm hoping to do that. I don't know if I might do it a little earlier also, but 15th is tentative that I wanted to do it. Okay, here YouTube I didn't see Mashivavia. Thanks for all your videos and guidance. Okay ji, really helped me a lot to be on this path with your guidance and awareness. I'm glad it helps, and I'm telling you, if you keep opening these things and you look at things clearly, I'm telling you, things start automatically happening. You don't have to struggle so much with the doing. You go into the being and let the being take care of everything. इसमें क्या हो जाता है, पत बहुत हल्का हो जाता है, करना बहुत हल्का हो जाता है, होना शुरू हो जाता है अपने आप. एंड लेट जो होना है होने दो, अपने आप ही होने दो. क्यों करते बैठना है इतना सब, क्यों अपना मत्था फोड़ना है सब तरफ. बुल्ले शाह का पोएम याद आया मुझे. इट वाज समथिंग लाइक न कर बंदिया मेरी 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 मेरी. So beautifully says, वो मत्था रगड़ने से बात आ गई मेरी. I just remembered that. So with this I'll end. I'll just say this and और सुनना है ना, बोध होना है. सही में अगर सत्य की सुनना है, सत्य की खोज है, तो सत्य को जिसने प्राप्त किया है और जिसने उस चीज का बहुत दुनिया को कराया या उसको एक्सप्रेस किया, उनकी सुनो. लाइक बुल्ले शाह और कबीर. कबीर वाणी पढ़ो, सब धज्जियां उड़ जाएगी. अच्छे से अच्छा जो मिथ्या है और अच्छे से अच्छा जटिल से जटिल जो माया है, उसको भी तोड़ देगा कबीर की वाणी. न कर बंदिया मेरी मेरी, न तेरी न मेरी, न कर बंदिया मेरी मेरी, न तेरी न मेरी, चार दिना का मेला फिर दुनिया मिट्टी दी ढेरी. This is on attachment. I was searching this poem, वो आ गया. This is a beautiful one. I always laugh when I listen. कोक स्टूडियो में इसका गाना है. ये भी बुल्ले शाह का ही है. Let me just read this to you. रब रब कर दे बुढ़े हो गए मुल्ला पंडित सारे, रब दा खोज ना लभिया सजदा कर कर हारे. मत्ता, आई वाज टेलिंग नो, मत्ता क्यों रगड़ते हो, इतना क्यों फोड़ते हो. अब देखो ये सारे जो लोग हैं, सारे मूर्ता को तोड़ रहे हैं. और हम लोग किस मूर्ता में फंसे हैं, माला जपो, भजन करते रहो, मत्था टेको हर जगह में जाके. जितना ज्यादा टेकोगे, जितना यहाँ निशानी आएगी, उतनी ज्यादा तीव्र मेरी भक्ति. डजंट वर्क एट ऑल इन दैट मैनर. इसलिए ये जो मिस्टिक्स है वो बोलते हैं रब दब रब रब करते बुढ़े हो गए. मुल्ला और पंडित सारे, रब रब में नहीं, भगवान भगवान भगवान, शिव 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 करते, मुल्ला पंडित सारे बुढ़े हो गए। रब दा खो रब दा खोज ना लबिया, कुछ फायदा नहीं हुआ उनका खोज, सजदा कर कर हागे, मतलब इनको मिले ही नहीं, हार गए। रब तो नहीं मिला इनको, लेकिन सजदा कर कर हारे। सजदा इज नमन, प्रोस्टेशंस, साष्टांग नमन करो, मत्था टेको। सारे मुल्ला पंडित सारे रब का खोज करते करते रब तो नहीं मिलिया, लेकिन सजदा कर कर हारे, बुढ़े हो गए सारे। मतलब पूरी की पूरी जिंदगी बीत गई। व्हाट इज दिस ट्राइंग टू टेल? हमारी भी ऐसी अवस्था हो सकती है, हो सकती है, अगर सजग नहीं हुए तो। सारे बुढ़े हो जाएंगे हम। माथे में यहाँ इतना रगड़ा हमने, इतना ये किया, सिर्फ मेडल्स रह जाएगा अपने पास, हमने ये किया वो किया, लेकिन रब नहीं मिलेगा। तो द फॉर्मेलिटीज, ऑल दिस फॉर्मेलिटीज, फॉल्स आइडेंटिटीज, पहचानो इन सब चीजों को, बिकम अवेयर ऑफ इट, यहीं पे मुक्ति है। इसलिए मैं बोल रहा हूं, एवरीबडी इज वर्दी, एवरी सिंगल बडी इज वर्दी। हमारा प्रॉब्लम ये है कि हमारे सिस्टम्स हमको बताते नहीं है कि वी आर वर्दी, क्योंकि वो बताते हैं कि यू हैव टू डू दिस, यू हैव टू डू दैट, ये नहीं तो वो पड़ा है, वो नहीं तो वो पड़ा है। और अगर जब नहीं मिला, हर कोई जाके पूछे हमने ये किया वो किया, सारे सब कुछ किया, फिर भी क्यों नहीं मिला, जरूर कोई दोष होगा तुम्हारे अंदर, सम फॉल्ट विद इन यू, समथिंग, और मे बी इट्स योर कर्मा, हैवी कर्मा, समथिंग इन यू, faulty fault is in you. Why you will get disappointed then? Because all the time you are looking at outside for people to tell you, or people to make you worthy or unworthy. You never seeked inside. These are the people who seeked inside. That is what even Osho told today. Not a single person like Kabir, Guru Nanak, Bulle Shah, or any such masters have got moksha, have attained self-realization in a mosque, temple, or gurdwara. Check it out. Such a clear truth. And all these people were not followers of any dharma. Look at all these beings. Such amazing, who really attained that state. You see Buddha, you see Mahavir, you see Kabir. Look at them. None of them had reached, had gone to any temple, any formalities. Lao Tzu, Zarathustra, Kabir, Nanak, not a single person has ever become enlightened in a temple, church, or mosque. Why do we go there? Go early in the morning to see the sunrise, sit in the middle of the night watching the sky full of stars, go befriend the trees and rocks, go lie down by the side of the river and listen to the sound, and you will be coming closer and closer to the temple of God. This is what Osho says. रब के पास पहुंचना है तो रब की चीजों में, असली तत्व में, उसमें खोजो, which I used to sing so much. तलाश को उस तलाश ना उसको तलाश उसको न कुर्बतों में, वो तो है बदलती हुई रुखों में. Don't search him in all these images and buildings and all that. He's no more there. He's nowhere there. वो है बदलती हुई रुखों में. Go into the seasons. See, exactly this is what Osho is saying. Go into the nature and you'll find God. So if you reflect our lives, you see, even if I'm talking about it, you will see that reflection in my life also. I connect more to the nature and not to the stones and idols and images, whoever it is. And nowadays, I don't even go to temple. I stopped going to the temple. I don't feel like going to the temple anymore. Until it's just like, okay, for fun, we are all going, fine. But I know God is not there. God is out here everywhere. So when these are realizations that you have, and there are all these mystics that give you example, Bulle Shah ne bola, Sajda kar kar hare, Rab da khoj na labiya, बुढ़े हो गए सारे मुल्ला पंडित सारे, रब रब कर दे कर दे. लेकिन किसी को रब नहीं मिला. And here Osho is saying, nobody has found it in a mosque, temple, or gurdwara or church. Why are you seeking him there? Go and find it in nature. That is exactly वही खुदा है which I sing so much. तलाश उसको ना कर वो तो में, वो तो है बदलती हुई रुकों में, जो दिन को रात और रात को दिन बना रहा है, वही खुदा है. See the simplicity of spirituality. But no, we want to become a Shiva Bhakta. We want to become a Shakti Bhakta. We want to become a Bhakta of everybody, even our Guru Bhakta. Bhakti. That Bhakti is not this. That is desireful Bhakti. कामना वाला भक्ति, कुछ मिले मुझे, उसलिए मैं भगत बनता हूँ अपने गुरु का भी, ताकि कुछ मिले. एंड चिदाकाश गीता क्या बोलता है? डिजायरलेस भक्ति, पराभक्ति. उसमें चिदाकाश गीता में बोला है, इट हैज टू, द डिजायरफुल भक्ति हैज टू कन्वर्ट इनटू डिजायरलेस भक्ति, देन ओनली इट इज प्योर भक्ति. स्ट्राइव फॉर दैट, ही सेज. And what do? We are doing the opposite. Nobody is there to tell us also that. और मुझे अगर भगत बनाने हैं तो मैं बोलूंगा मेरी भक्ति करो, मेरी पूरा अर्चना करो, मुझे नमन करो, मेरे ऊपर ही ध्यान रखो, मैं ही हूं तुमको मुक्त करने वाला. Is that going to happen? That's the most stupid thing that will happen. See here, Chidakash Gita, verse number 286. Listen carefully, because all this and it's coming very naturally, so I'm taking little more time, but I'm doing that. 286. Desireless bhakti is not for the enjoyment of worldly happiness. भगवान बोल रहे हैं डिजायरलेस भक्ति, मैं पराभक्ति की बात कर रहा हूं, is not for the enjoyment of worldly happiness. This desireless bhakti और पराभक्ति, इतना बोलता हूं ना मैं, परा परा परा, आपको लगेगा मैं क्या बोल रहा हूं, इसमें कोई सत्य भी है कि नहीं. Look at this word. Here it is. You see that? It's very, very important. That is why I stress so much. I've done sessions and satsangs on this. This desireless bhakti or para bhakti is not related to nature. It is beyond the laws of nature. It doesn't come हमारी कोई rules में, कोई regulations में, कोई पकड़ में नहीं आता, कोई नियम में, यम में नहीं आता. Desireless bhakti, it is beyond the laws of nature. This bhakti is, listen carefully, this bhakti is not for getting rid of worldly difficulties. And what do? We go to the Guru, we go to the temple, we go to the mosque, we go to God to get rid of our worldly difficulties. That is what I said, उसमें desire है, selfishness है, and that is not pure bhakti. Bhagwan is saying here. So this bhakti is not used to get rid of our problems. मेरी ये problem बचा दो, मेरी ये problem सुला दो, वो भक्ति नहीं है. और पूरी ग्लैमर स्पिरिचुअलिटी टीचेस दिस, यही भक्ति है तुम्हारी, ये भक्ति नहीं है. देयर इज नो रिलेशन व्हाटसोएवर बिटवीन दिस भक्ति एंड वर्ल्डली सफरिंग. देखो बोल रहे कि सब, पहली बात तो कनेक्शन ही नहीं है. तुम्हारा सफरिंग्स, तुम्हारा दुखद घटनाएं, तुम्हारी जो पीड़ाएं हैं, वो उसका और ये भक्ति से कोई नाता ही नहीं है. And then he says, no one should shrink back from this path of bhakti. See, command hai, it's not a request, it's a command that he is giving. No one should shrink back from this path of bhakti, which parabhakti. One should only proceed in it. Shrink, वापस नहीं आना है, पीछे नहीं हटना है. पराभक्ति से, प्योर भक्ति से, डिजायरलेस भक्ति से, one should only proceed in it. Like the big lizard which embraces the fourth wall very firmly. वो जो होता है ना, जो what that लंबा lizard होता है जो चिपकता है इसके किले के दीवारों पे चढ़ने के लिए इस्तेमाल. I don't know what is that, whatever that big lizard. He said, like the big lizard embraces the fort very firmly, never leaves it, Desireless bhakti also should be very firmly be embraced in our heart lotus with steadfast faith. इस faith को बोलते हैं श्रद्धा. Like this lizard, it should be strong, he says, and it should hold on. It should never shrink back, he says, never pull back from that, never for a moment come back into what we call as अपरा भक्ति. और हम क्या करते हैं? He says you should never shrink back, never pull back. And what we do? We live in अपरा भक्ति. हम जीते उसके अंदर, उल्टा विपरीत, उस पूरा उसमें खो के. डिजायरलेस भक्ति का तो कभी नामोनिशान हमने सुना भी नहीं रहेगा. आज थोड़ा बहुत भी हुआ रहेगा अपने को. अरे यार, इफ यू जस्ट थिंक एंड सी, विल से अरे यार, मैं तो जो भी मेरी सारी भक्ति तो यही है, अपरा भक्ति है, डिजायरफुल है. कितना दूर है देखो हम सत्य से. और ये क्या बता रहे हैं सब. तो इसीलिए जब बोध होता है, when you become very conscious and aware, मैं बोल रहा हूँ आप सिर्फ खुल के अवेयर होता जाओ, ये सब चीजें आपके हाथ में आना शुरू हो जाएगा. ये कृपा, सब चीजें जो भी आपको मार्गदर्शन कराना है, जो भी आपको खोलने हैं आपके रास्ते, वो अपने आप आपके हाथ में आते जाएगा. आपको कहीं जाके मेहनत करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. सिर्फ शुद्ध भावना, भावना आपकी तीव्र होनी चाहिए. डिजायर, डिजायर, डिजायरलेस वाला बहुत तीव्र होनी चाहिए. देन ऑल दिस विल कम. Then it goes very long. Bhakti by the path of yukti should be one with Shakti. Bhakti should be one with the supreme energy that governs the universe by the path of skill or yukti. Let by such a bhakti the heart be purified of all its upadhis. Upadhis means vasanas. Let such a bhakti be free from desire. Let this desirelessness become strongest. Let the senses become quiet. Let this bhakti in that giver of peace be unwavering. This is real bhakti. This is called Sat, the truth. This bhakti is beyond this world and the next. This bhakti is nothing but the man or mind filled with eternal ananda, which is sadananda. When this bhakti is attained, eternal ananda attains on its own. The mind or manas is filled with eternal ananda and is the seed of all things. Such a mind is one with Paramatma, who is the beginning of creation. This mind is a subtle seed of all things. Let this be developed with discrimination. All this he is saying, let this be developed more with discrimination. What I'm telling you, the viveka should be able to tell you which is right and wrong. So ये लास्ट वर्स है चिदाकाश गीता का जो मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ फर्स्ट हाफ को. इसके अंदर पूरा उन्होंने वही बताया, विवेक को कैसे ये करना है. डिस्क्रिमिनेशन, पावर ऑफ डिस्क्रिमिनेशन. Oh, it goes on. It's so long. So यहाँ पे एक शब्द आया था युक्ति और शक्ति. Okay. Yukti means skill, huh, there. Where was I? The mind filled with eternal ananda is without qualities. Such a mind, he's telling, with all this development of desireless bhakti, mind becomes purified. And how to do this? Through the power of discrimination. So when the mind becomes purified, he says this mind is filled with eternal ananda, what we call as nityananda, satchidananda, sadananda. Same. And he says this mind, which has eternal ananda, is without qualities. Nirguna. It is diseaseless. Means forever, eternity. It is the universal reason. It is called the creator. It is the witness of all. It is the one Sat for this world and the next. It is the one pervading in and out. It is the knowledge higher and lower. It is the cause and effect. It is the universal witness. It is the sinless Atman, witness of all. It is the universal Guru. It is the universal light. It is the universal father and mother. It is the Bindu in Omkara. The great Om, the movable, and the Om seen in the unseen. Om, the essence. Om is the core. the ultimate. It is what is declared by the sages as truth. Om, Om, Hari Om, Tat Sat, Om, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So this ends actually the Chidakasha Gita. But see, when I reversed all that, what I'm trying to say is he ended it with Parabhakti. This is what we are trying to say. So whenever I'm talking any subject or ये मुझे बोध हो जाता है, I connect that with it. So whatever I'm talking here is all related with these scriptures again and again. So जब हम, if you are interested, you can join every day at 6 o'clock in the morning from 15th, or it may be before, I'll announce that to you. So आपको ये भी बहुत साइड बाय साइड होना शुरू हो जाएगा कि what does भगवान नित्यानंद से अबाउट दिस थिंग. ऐसे ही आप पढ़ोगे समझ में नहीं आएगा, थोड़ा मुश्किल है चिदाकाश गीता समझ. अभी आप, बिकॉज ऑफ टाइम आई जस्ट रेड इट, यू सॉ इट सो पोएटिक. सो एवरीथिंग इज दैट वे. बहुत बहुत मुश्किल है उसको समझना. तो थोड़ा चिंतन विंतन करना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज आई हैव रेड इट सो मेनी टाइम्स. It has become difficult. Okay, anything else? If anybody has didn't see this, I'll quickly go through this. Anita ji, when one is aware that our self is the only real thing, attachment, fear, and insecurity drop over the time, and it mainly playing role in the world. Mainly role playing in the world. Yes, that's true. Manoj, sometimes the step at the lower level which helps to go ahead in spirituality can itself become an obstacle, or the glass at the higher state which is difficult to break, as it is very difficult to see that kind of glass in the first place. Absolutely brilliantly, what you say is, this is what I was exactly saying. It's very difficult. As you go deeper and deeper, the glasses become very very strong, and you need a lot of courage, but then you don't develop courage. ये आदत इतनी पड़ जाती है to be with सत, always the satya, that I feel it can be easily penetrated. But only thing that is needed is the consistency of your perseverance with the truthfulness. Then whatever glass is there, it will keep breaking, whatever, however, on its own. Hemant Lata ji, thank you ji. Jaya Rajesh ji, thank you. Vaishali Patel, here just this song came in my mind. धीरे धीरे सुबह हुई, जाग उठी जिंदगी, मंजिल है प्रीतम की गली, प्रीतम आई पुट गॉड यूनिवर्सल लाइट. ओके जी. ओके मीरा जी, थैंक यू. दिस साइड ज्योति जी, शैली, हिमा मालिनी, हैरी, सोमा, विवेक, greetings to all of you. May we all be blessed. So if you are using all these tools, the last time I began with this unconditioning, ये पूरा उसी पर चल रहा है. ओके, नाम अलग अलग हो रहा है, but it's the same content. It's going all on unconditioning, because if you just break the things that is holding you back with your conscious attention, it will just start falling off. It's very easy to be free. Kanu bhai, thank you. Malaji, thank you. Anita ji, thank you. It's very easy. It's not so difficult. Only because of our rigid patterns and the way we have lived in our life, and हमेशा हम देखते आए कि इतना करो, ये करो, वो करो, इसकी वजह से वो rigidity आती है. एंड बहुत कम लोग हैं जो being में रहते हैं. You will not find many people in the being. सब doing में ज़्यादा engrossed है. इसके लिए मिलना मुश्किल है examples. इसके लिए वो guidance मिलना या फिर वैसे एक motivation मिलना बहुत मुश्किल है. But this is the direct path where you are actually exposing yourself to everything and all the falseness. जितना भी falseness है दुनिया में, देखने से पहले मैं अपने भीतर की पहले falseness को देखूं हिम्मत के साथ. और जब ये टूटे तो मैं सत्य बोल रहा हूँ, सत्य बोल रहा हूँ. अगर आप में करेज है आपके अंदर के ही भीतर के देख के शैटर करने की, तो बाहर के जितने भी आए, यू विल हैव दैट करेज ऑटोमेटिकली to break it, because now abhi up you have that conviction, first hand experience, and you know what happens there. Abhi ye gyan nahi, abhi matlab experience hai. So that really helps again. प्रीति जी, थैंक यू। प्रीति जी आप आए तो मुझे याद आता है फिर सब। ऑफ द प्रोग्राम्स आई ऑफन फॉरगेट अबाउट इट। मैं अभी भी बाय हार्ट करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ। तो एनीबडी इन द मुंबई एरिया दैट साइड कैन ऑलवेज join for the satsangs. Small satsangs hai, but I am told there are good collection of number of people there. So I'm looking forward to meet, especially the new people. And today somebody called me from Goa also, asking for a satsang there. So I might have as soon as I finalize and get to finalize. So these are again new people, very new, fresh people who don't have any paths and all that, and they're looking into, or the people who are connected to shifting to awareness, they want to have deeper experiences and go deeper. Then I'm ready to share all this. Of course मैं यहाँ पे share नहीं करता वो सब practices. पहले करता था थोड़ा बहुत तो, but I saw it's not working very good because I don't want all the people to be here. Somehow I don't feel comfortable on live to do those practices. If it is a concentrated number of people that मुझे पता है कि 100% this is, then it will automatically, what has to come also will up. Here it doesn't come very openly. So that is one reason I'm not doing it here. For those people who want to experience it and really learn those things, you can always sign up for the 12th March, where I have first time I'm hosting that webinar, which will be from morning 9 to evening 5 with 1 hour break in between. There we go in detail on the practices. So in my personal retreats also I'll be doing that, depending on the audience and their ability to sit through all those things. So fifth is in Ghatkopar, sixth is in where is that? Can you remind me? I often forget this. I don't know. I'm very poor at these places. So that's Warden Road. Yes, Warden Road is on 6th and Breach Candy. That's the place. That's where the hotel is located, on the beach only. So that's on the 6th. I'm told there are some 70 plus people minimum till now. Okay, looking forward to see you all guys there, and I don't know most of you there, so it will be good enough. Yeah, that was Warden Road. So we'll catch up there in Mumbai for on 6th and 5th. I'm there. 6th one day is not there, or 5th and 6th I'm there. Just look into the events, guys. That will help me. And one Zoom we are doing that is free. Anybody can join on the 8th, the 2 hour Zoom session. That also somebody else is organizing, but you can join. If you apply, you will get it there. And 12th March is the main thing, which is a paid event. 1111 is Indian currency and $33 is the foreign currency. So there it's a paid event. Of course, minimum donations, which I call it. And Tirunamalai, we have 3 days coming up in the end of this month, or just the starting of April, somewhere in between there. So that's also paid event, but it's a residential event. So the whole package will be something like 3 days, and you have your accommodation also. You need not worry about your accommodation and food. 2 days. So the lunch will be provided there, and the tea and the rooms. It all comes in that package only, and it's a 3 day. And in one day, we are going to have some direct experiences with the hill, Holy Arunachara Hill, and if you are interested, the temples and all that, which is there, other ashrams and places. But 2 days is going to be fully into the sessions, and third is little practicality in that. Yeah, thank you, Punamji, for sharing it. Because my problem was I couldn't look into the mobile, and if you look into this, you'll get it. Thank you so much for sharing this. Kannu bhai, 5th April will be nice at Tirunamalai. 5th को आपको छुट्टी है क्या? Okay, let me get, because the problem is I'm not doing it. All the others are doing it. They love these things, and they are willing to do it. So I'm most of the time, and there are a couple of Westerners also who are involved. I was actually it was a pleasant surprise because last time I went there, I've been hearing that some Westerners are there and somehow they are following the platforms. Because of time difference, probably they see it later, and they are people who don't interact and all that. And I was shocked when they said, they're following it and it's working wonders for them. And we had good chats with them and all that, and they confirmed that this is working. And these are people who are very closely connected to the Ramana Tattva. It's not even what we are talking here, it's beyond all this. And my attempt is to split this whole process of awareness, shifting into awareness. अभी जितना मैं बात कर रहा हूँ इतना नहीं है, इससे भी परे हैं चीजें. But वहां तक पहुंचने के लिए, like even to understand Ramana Tattva and the self and all that, you have to have these kind of experiences first. First you have to become aware of your gross world. Have to. Without that shortcut मुश्किल है. So the practice जितना मैं बोलता हूँ वो gross world का है. Become aware of your body, things around you, life within you, life outside you. Once you gain a little kind of persistence in that, consistency and experience in that, then you move your experience toward the subtle sukshmata. Then when you start experiencing that and you have convictions, then I believe, this is what I have experimented and this is what I'm trying to do, I believe you're ready to work on the self aspects, the soul, work, abide in there and move, shift into the soul, shifting into awareness. Then it will be shifting into pure awareness. Pure awareness is your soul. This awareness, what I'm talking, is still on the intellectual level. It's on the buddhi level. It's not the atman yet. So awareness, when we say you are awareness, two types of awareness. One is operating still at the highest above the mind in the buddhi level, the viveka, what Chidakasha Gita talks about, developing your viveka. So when we shift into awareness, we are talking about that viveka. When we shift into pure awareness, which is the next step, that is shifting into your soul aspect. So there, it's little philosophical here. I don't want to confuse you, but I know what I am talking about. So that is what I'm trying to bring out in the personal webinars or personal retreats. And that those things I will not be sharing in the live. I won't be able to. I hear only ज्ञान बांटता हूँ सिर्फ यहाँ. Kannu bhai, okay, let me check. I have no idea what the team is doing. I'll have to ask them. So I just have absolutely no idea. Even the Mumbai team, I don't know anything. They are doing everything. They are arranging the hotels. They are arranging the satsang at their home, and even the other things, aspects involved in that. Even the Zoom activities they are doing. Even the Tiruvannamalai things they are doing. So let's see if this goes well. Kashmir, today only I got a friend, the message from the Lieutenant Colonel that he's looking forward to. He's talking to a couple of people, and because it's all a military area, so he said the expectancy is less. I said nothing to worry about. Even if you and another friend is there, also I'll come. Don't worry. So even if two people are there, also I'll go there because I want to be in Kashmir, Ma Laleshwari's place. There's some calling from there, and I know this. ये तो बहाना है. So पहुंचने से मतलब है वहाँ पे. The whole shifting into awareness is Ma Laleshwari's blessings. This is the first profound experience that she gave me, and I could have in that Mumbai bus stand from where it all began. So Kashmir is one, Goa is another that they're looking forward to. I'm looking forward to. So whenever they confirm, we are there, and it's small, deeply connected people who are able to relate. And I'm very excited when we have like-minded people. There's no other barriers, nothing. Beto or khuleam, you open your heart. You don't have to worry if or get suspicious into who is up to what and all those things. Here there is a lot in this kind of life. So with lots of divine love and light. I'll keep you updated, Kanubhai, whatever it is. But the updates on the venue, the date, all those I'll not be giving here. It will only be sent to those people who have signed up for the events, because I don't want to disclose the dates and venue and the time and all those things. I don't want anybody only those who are signing up for it, they should know it. मतलब ही नहीं है बाकी सब लोग जान के क्या करेंगे. So I'll confirm everybody. I have all the people who have signed up here. I have your WhatsApp. I have your emails. And in case your WhatsApp is not working, please check it out or intimate me. Some of you have not updated the numbers, I think, but I believe it's your privacy. Privacy है तो ठीक है, but I'm not using emails. WhatsApp is more important. I don't put your names into any groups. I respect your privacy. So I send only broadcast message, means you will only get individual messages. You will never be disclosed in any groups. So with this, I take your leave. Much divine love and light to all of you. May we all be blessed, may we all evolve, and may we all be free. Arunachala Shiva. Dut Chittan Shri Gurudev.